Alright, here we go. So, been a little bit since we did this one. You were waiting with that, weren't you, Zeno? You were waiting for me to hit the start button for that. You timed that one well, Zeno. You timed it very well. But it has been a bit since we looked at Bookwalker at all, and it appears to... There we go. For a moment there, I thought it broke, which wouldn't be the first time. It sometimes gets a little grumpy when I leave it on that screen for too long. Long at the start. So. We collected, let's see. We collected half of the elixir of immortality. We collected 2/2 of a magic wand, though it got broke, so we got in a little bit of trouble for that one, and the elixir not being the full thing kind of pissed our client off a little bit as well. We got Thor's hammer, though not the traditional Thor's hammer, but that's neither here nor there. And then we brought in Excalibur. Let's see what we're supposed to go get next. I have to imagine that you rewrote that one a couple times. Yes, the phone is ringing. Ring, ring. Hello? You said you'd be in touch, but you never... Damn it, I told you not to call me. Are you out of your mind? They could find you. But My God, is she crazy? Hacking phone. What do you want? The order has been accepted. You may go. There was no envelope. What envelope? You know, the one with money inside that you usually give me after... Last time you ruined an order that cost me 600,000 pounds sterling. How much? And you think I'm gonna pay you for that? Think of it as compensation for my losses. Hold on, you paid me 1,000 per order. That still leaves you with so much money. That's all I have to say. So yeah, we're still in trouble over the whole broken wand thing. I can't get any new abilities still. I think we looked at that at the end last time. After the Excalibur adventure. What's this? Oh, another bar tab. I can't help but notice that there isn't a book. Oh, okay. Ah. Oh, right, we hadn't rested yet. Okay. I forgot what we had stopped on. I thought I had rested and started the next day. There we go. A week later. What a wonderful day. Can't help but feel that there's probably some real sarcasm behind that one. Great things have been going for us. Phone again. Why does everybody want to call me? Doesn't this already interrupt? Let's go ahead and add extra damage to our stun. There we go. He should be. Also, how did this whole room get rearranged again while we were sleeping? Hello? There's a job. I'm ready. Anything else? No. The Daughter's at your door. He sure is strange today. And away goes the courier. Let's see what book we're breaking into this time.
It's easier to get a new one.
Timeless Mansion. We're going for the weather controller. Okay. They stopped adding little tidbits up here. Seems like after the 4th one. So how big is this weather controller? Okay, it's gonna be another big one. Okay. Well, since there's no little tidbits, no time like the present. Warning to anybody who hasn't seen this, the entry to the book is a little jarring, so get ready for that. Because, you know, just dive in head first. But yeah, with the work you've been putting into that, I'm sure he'll like it. Ugh. Finally, I landed on something soft. Well, relatively. I see moss and dirt. I can't imagine that was that soft. Ahem. Maybe too soft. Eh. Examine your shoes. So, how'd it go? I think delivering his cattle really redeemed me in the client's eyes. So now you get easier jobs? No more killer robots threatening us? I hope so. We're supposed to find a clock of some sort. It doesn't sound too complicated. Ready to get started? Let's go. Okay, so, as you can see, we look a little strange. Our head's a book. For those who haven't seen this, that's how we look when we're in the book worlds. Because we don't belong in here. We can leave at any time with the wake up command over there. I don't know why my inventory is lighting up like I'm supposed to have something. There's nothing there. That's a little weird. We still only got 5 health, so fights still get a little dicey, and our ink supply hasn't changed either. But let's get on with it. What? Hey, it's a cute place. A 10? You okay? Yeah. The 10 knows something about this. It reminds him of something. As to what, we don't know yet. What the? Oh god, oh god! A woman runs past you without even glancing at you. I trapped him! I trapped the monster! Run away! Monster? So the jobs didn't get any easier. I mean, we could go look in the basement that she ran out of, but let's see if she's, like, over here somewhere, or if we can find out what the hell she's on about. Nope, she's gone. She is gone. That wherever she went's outside the purview of the book, therefore it's outside the purview of what we can get to. Okay. I'm gonna ignore the basement and see if we can go in the front door. Nope, locked from the inside. Oh, this already looks great. This is gonna end poorly at some point right here. Old rusted pipes run along the wall. One of the pipes is dripping. Actually, the water is full-on flowing out of it. It's too late to save this pipe. Steps collapsed under their own weight. They don't look like they've completely collapsed. They look like they're going to collapse the second somebody touches them the wrong way, though. Well, a lady burst out of the basement, so it ended up being opened up to us. Let me out of here, you snake. The man seems to be yelling at nothing. Is this the monster? Who are you? Hang. Man pauses and stares at you. Damn. It's Anne? You know him? 10. The man's eyes seem to burn through you. You look away, but not before noticing the man's hands are trembling with anger. I think we should get out of here, quickly. Stop right there, you bastard. Yeah, he doesn't seem happy with us. What did you do with Amanda? Where is she? Hold on, what does all this mean? Not now. Yeah, that's a good question. What the hell is going on here? Oh, we'll deal with you later. I don't know what your deal is, but you're in there and I'm out here, so you are not my problem. And if he's that mad at me, I'm definitely not inclined to let him out of the box. He can stay there. But how does a man inside a book know who we are? Unless he is related to the crime we committed to get taken out of being a writer before. Now, wait a minute. So your reaction to a boarded up door is that you need a key. Okay. You know what? I don't know why I'm questioning that. I mean, I might have. Might have trapped him in the book. We might not have been a real person to begin with. We may have escaped a book, and that's why we got in trouble. We may have, like, written ourselves into a book, and then that might have turned into a whole thing. There's options for what we're in trouble for right now, and why he knows who we are. Why does that man in the basement know you? This book was written by me. Yep, we got that much. What? What do you mean? Many years ago, I created this mansion, and the character in the basement, too. Huh. After I was arrested, my books were transferred to my publisher. Apparently, they decided to have another author give them a little update. Ah. An update? Who gave them the right? Oh, don't worry. They had all the rights to them. But apparently they didn't have a conscience. Does this place look different from the one you created? Yes, I didn't write this clock, for one. Let's take a look at it, since that's what we're here for. Okay, so this is the weather controller. You see an ancient clock. The steel frame around it is covered in small inscriptions, some of which are impossible to make out. There's something written here. The clockmaster's lifetime, something with the time on the clock itself. It's too bad it stopped. I'm guessing we need to bring back a working clock? 10? Yes, a working one. You examine the 3 holes in the mechanism. There are 3 gears missing. We'll have to search the whole mansion. Well, you should know your way around this place. Are we at the end of the book right now? That's right, the plot has ended and the heroine escaped from the monster. Nothing else happens in the story. We need to go back 100 pages or so. That's where the mansion will be in the best shape for us to search it. Even the staircase is in ruins right now. You can jump between pages? Jumping is the easy part. The hard part is landing on the same spot on another page. If I miss or end up between pages, without my powers, it could end badly. Should we risk it? Fuck it, why not? I think it worked. We're on page 120 now. It's a little more pleasant here, don't you think? 10, you don't want to keep doing this, do you? I mean, I can't just cancel the job. I don't really have a choice. You think the client knew this was your book and sent you here on purpose? I don't think he cares either way. Help me! Let me out! Who's that? Another victim? Let's go find out. Well, first, let's poke this, and then we'll figure that out. I can't help but feel that we're in a kind of weird, not quite time travel situation with what we're about to do here. Because I have a feeling we're gonna set into motion the events we saw when we arrived. We're probably gonna free her from whatever she's dealing with, which is thus going to enable her to put him in the box and get out. Thing is, I don't know if it's up there that this is happening since that door's open or over here. This is the same hall we were in before. Being told... Oh. Hey, anybody? Hey, Jonathan, guys? So I was on the right track, I think. Or not? There doesn't appear to be anybody in here. Is anybody there? Help me! Jonathan! The voice is coming from behind those shelves. I hear it. Okay, so she is in here. Good thing these slide so easily. Whoosh. Aha. You probably could have gotten out of here on your own. Oh my god, who are you? I'm here to help. Help my hands. She shows you the handcuffs behind her back. You know, your model does not indicate that at all. How did you end up here? You fiddle with the handcuffs. My brother and I were looking for something. Oh my god, Jonathan, he's still somewhere around here. Promise me you'll find him. Sure. Thank you. By the way, you haven't seen any gears around here, have you? Big ones for a clock? No, sorry. It's okay. Although, when I was searching the study upstairs, I found a secret compartment in the desk, but it was empty. What do you mean by searching? Did I say searching? I must have misspoke. Alright, I'll check it out later. You finish fiddling with the handcuffs and the girl is finally free. Thank you, she rubs her freed wrists. Well, an awkward silence falls. I think it's time to get out of here. I'll take care of your brother. The girl nods briefly. She looks around the room for a second and with barely noticeable disappointment disappears behind the door. More of your characters? They seem fairly well written. Really bad at lying, though. No, I don't know her. Well, yeah, if the other guy recognized a 10, and if he was one that a 10 had written, then that would make sense that one he didn't write wouldn't know him. The plain writing desk stands against the wall. There's nothing of interest on the desk or in the drawers. Not in this time, at least. Funny that the Timeless Mansion is the one we're going to be hopping around through time in. Okay, and this time there was an empty bottle there. Stuff. We appear to not be able to go back through the hole even though we can... Oh, there we go. It just is finicky sometimes. I do not like the amount of blood that's in this cage. You look at the empty cell. The scratches on the floor and the chains hanging from the wall make it a frightening place, even without... I wonder where our monster is in this time. I think we're better off not running into him. I think he was ready to kill you right then and there. You think the new author made him like that? No, nothing's changed there. Oh. But he's not supposed to hurt the other characters. You examine the manacles on the walls. They definitely changed something about him. So he was a killer of a sort, I guess, but he wasn't that kind of killer? Like, he clearly was written to not like a... You know, in his character, he already didn't like a 10. For one reason or another. But why is a question. I think we've got enough resources to make something at this workbench by now. Not quite. We're still missing crowbar parts to finish the crowbar to get access to those other boxes. Oh, a 10 is definitely a horrible monster, considering the things he's done in some of the other books on our way here, even without my prompting. He's definitely been a bit of a cold bastard the whole time. And he committed some kind of heinous crime to end up losing his writing privileges. So, we still don't know what he did. And his crime could be relating to the characters in this book, for example. Which is why that man hates him. And he mentioned a name, Amanda. Amanda could be the girl who ran out. Amanda could be somebody completely different. One of the Master's letters. It's an invitation to a ball hosted at his mansion. Like, there's still options for why that guy hates a 10, but he clearly hates him. This is the Mansion Master's study. It's so sparse. Apparently, whoever rewrote your book didn't know much about creating pleasant settings. I don't think it's all that bad. Oh. Yeah, I think this wasn't changed. The thing is, not every setting has to be pleasant, either. And with the presentation we're receiving for the master of this mansion already, it seems like this would be absolutely on track. Old documents are scattered across the desk, and the desk's only drawer is completely empty. There's nothing here. Well, the thing is, most of the things that have happened in each of these books are kind of self-contained so far, so you haven't really missed anything relevant to what we're doing here today so far. We've been kind of left up in the air about a lot of things. The only context you're missing is that a 10 has these chains that you can't see on him that prevent him from using this weird writing-based ink magic that he has, where he can change his surroundings using those powers. Because of those chains, he can't really do it without hurting himself. So we tend not to reach for those powers anymore. And that's also why we're in these books, is because we're actually working with an illegal source to get those chains off, rather than deal with our 30-year sentence of not being able to be a writer. Again, for question mark reasons, because we still don't know what his crime was to get him that 30-year sentence. But it must be something pretty significant, since everyone was shocked when the 30 years were brought up. You notice the bottom of the drawer has a strange edge. You press lightly on the bottom and discover an impressively large secret compartment underneath. This could fit a whole gear. It could, if someone had put one in here. You close the drawer. Should we check this desk in another time, since it had to be here at some point? I hope so. Most likely it'll be put there when it's removed from the machine. So I'm betting the machine probably is fully intact right now. And then in the future time that we ended up dropping into, it was dismantled for unknown reasons. Let's take a look at it and figure that out. Oh! Okay. The weighty clock rests on a pedestal. Go to 2000. I'm presuming that 2000 is where we were. So let's not jump around yet. Let's look around the rest of this place before we go jumping off anywhere. Locked cupboard, so we need the lockpicks for that. At least this fireplace isn't magicked, so we can't put it out. The master is clearly not a modest man. Okay, so the master of the house is not the man we saw, then. So that is a completely different person in that portrait. But the game has now indicated to me that that is the master of the house. So that also begs the question whether the man we saw locked in the cage even belongs in this book at all. Which, given the context we've been dealing with so far, I would say he is supposed to be in this book. but it's hard to say. Is the entrance open? Can we leave? It's locked. The master didn't want to let anyone out. Okay. And I presume the basement door is not yet busted open, considering... Let's check that. See if there's anything else we can access from down here. Yep, it's locked. And the stairs haven't been destroyed yet either. Which that begs the question, how did the stairs get destroyed? But for now, let's travel on back to 2000. Actually, did I check this chest? If I haven't checked this chest, this might be exactly what we... Okay, hang on, never mind. We're not going anywhere yet, because I think we can make the crowbar now, which will break a bunch of things open for us. Okay. Progress. Let's go bust those crates, and then... see if we can get enough together to make the lockpicks from doing that. So that's basically what this is it's a point-and-click adventure with some combat tied onto it. Not standing on ceremony, you pry open the boxes with the crowbar. Not what I was hoping for, and not what I need. Okay, so that was not helpful. We will need the crowbar for other things, absolutely. But I was really hoping to get somewhere immediately out of that. That's okay. And you saw me generating ink. Ink is required mostly in the combat sections of this game, though there are a couple interactions we can have with the world using our ink as well, but those are very specific situations. So let's go ahead and hop forward back to whence we came. It's a fascinating idea. It doesn't entirely work. This came out a little over a week ago. Time has not been carried into the staircase. We really should check that second floor. That's where that monster has his study. Wait. Got it. So the gears we're missing might be there. What do we do? I think the easiest way to prevent the staircase is from collapsing in the first place, since we can move between pages now. You look into the hole and see the outline of the basement below. That's what we'll do. Okay. So that's what I'm meant to do there. But we won't worry about that right this minute. Oh! I'm going to assume there was a scuffle. Probably a pursuit across this, and as they both were on the stairs, the weight of both of them being there probably was enough to cave that in. And that's how she had the time to get him into the cage. That's a timeline of events that would fit together. Can I rip the boards off with this? Nope, still need a key for some reason. Okay, game. You do you on that one. Let's go talk to Angry Guy and see if we can learn anything from him. Best not to open that door. Nope, 10 refuses to talk to the man. Okay. Also, there's a lot more blood scattered around that room in this time frame, so that's concerning. Can we go to the kitchen in this time frame? We can. This was a room for entertaining guests. Looks like the master of the house became less social. And his definition of entertainment changed, too. Yeah, considering the blood pool around that chair, I would presume some torture occurred here. Some more metal. An old dusty parcels lying on the table. Tightly with twine. Ah, that's what I need the pliers that I didn't make for. Okay. So we can make use of that here in a minute. Another empty bottle to fill with ink. Yep, we already knew that the master monster is not a modest man. Thankfully, we have a workbench in this time as well, so I can go ahead and use that. We have enough ink to get that. We can get the pliers. We're now not able to make the lockpick, but I think opening that parcel is probably going to be more important to us at the moment. I just have a gut feeling that that parcel's important. You easily cut through it. You think there's something useful in there? And I was disappointed. Because all that'll do is make more ink. Damn it. I should have made the lockpick instead. But there should be enough material to make both somewhere along the way. So with my prompting to go back and deal with the staircase, though, we'll go ahead and go back to 1995. A 5-year difference. A lot can happen in 5 years. Hell, a lot can happen in 1 year. So I guess we're not actually jumping back between the pages necessarily, maybe? We might just actually be traveling through time. Now, what do they want me to do about the... Ah, the leak. Okay. Here's what's ruining the staircase in the future. Looks like there's a water pipe leak. Pipes are indeed leaking badly. The smell of dampness lingers in the air. You examine the small crack in the pipe. You instinctively clench your fist, preparing yourself for the burning pain from your shackles. This is what I mean about being able to use ink to change our situation sometimes. We can modify these pipes using our magic to adjust their reality. We just need a little bit, it's not a huge hole. You place a small drop of your ink on the crack in the pipe. The ink slowly takes on the appearance and properties of metal. Come on, faster, you grit your teeth from the pain as your shackles burn you. I think that's it, the crack's gone. Phew. You exhale and pull up your sleeves to look at your hands. You alright? Yeah, it's best not to show what you see to Roderick. You push up your sleeve, wet with blood, back into place. We should go check on the staircase in the future. I hope this works. Yeah, as you can see, we do suffer a fairly significant penalty when we use our powers when we're not supposed to. But we didn't have any other options on that pipe. But in theory, the staircase will be intact in the future now. Ta-da! Hey, look, it worked! The staircase is fixed! Let's go see what's left of the second floor. Okay, that might be enough parts for the lockpick. See an old chest of drawers under the rubble from the collapsed ceiling. Why did the ceiling fall in? Oh well, let's just move all this crap. Use the crowbar to pry apart the heavy pieces of the ceiling and dig out the almost intact chest of drawers. It's impressive that that survived all that crap falling on it. More ink. Okay. Well, let's find out what's going on in here. This place is a goddamn dump now. But the amount of damage to this place in 5 years seems almost impossible. At least for natural damage. Something wild must have happened here. Check the secret compartment. You notice the bottom of the drawer has a strange edge. Same stuff. Bingo! One of the gears you were looking for is inside. Too bad there's just the one. Let's take a look at it. It's old and rusty, and has some kind of demonic face engraved on the surface. Okay, I think we're starting to understand some of the problem around here, then. You put the gear into your pocket. Let's go put it in the clock. And then we'll look for the rest. Also, we have to save that girl's brother, who should be somewhere in the past. So much to do. Now, frequently, we've ended up not actually helping some of the people. Just because things line up that way. Oh, this is not ideal. A man is standing in the hallway, holding a strange walkie-talkie and flipping various levers on it. Mariah, come in. Damn it, Mariah. The only sound coming from the walkie-talkie is static. The man taps it angrily, as though hitting it will help. I feel that. Damn, I think he's... You notice the man's police hat. The man suddenly turns around, and you see that his face is made of paper. Oh. Oh, this just got worse. He's a book cop. Stop right there. Breathing heavily, measuring you with his eyes. He raises the walkie-talkie to his face. For the record, during a routine patrol, Sergeant Kiko O'Brayetz encountered an unlicensed bookwalker. To hell with you. You notice the walkie-talkie still isn't working. So, how can I help you? State your name at the very least, and remove your disguise. Why the hell aren't you saying anything? State your name and I'll note it down as mitigating circumstances. Don't make me use force. My name is Robert Potter. I mean, James. Yeah, James Potter, I mean. Really? You're going for the Harry Potter thing? God damn it, man. That's not gonna work. You're terrible at lying. For the record, the unlicensed bookwalker refuses to state his name and is also lying to the officer. He is also concealing his face behind a mask. Take that off right now. Maybe it's best if we do as he says. If he finds out who I am, he'll find me in reality, and that'll be the end of me, and you. Etienne is proven to be terrible at lying, so let's just kick his ass and move on. The man starts striding towards you, unbuttoning his uniform jacket as he approaches. You raise your fist, preparing to defend yourself. It's too bad Mariah's not here. She really loves beating up thugs like you. For the record, commencing neutralization. Okay, so he's going for a disable skill right now. As you can see by the notches he has above his head, he has 3, 6, 9 hit points. We, of course, still only have our 5. We're missing a bit of ink, which could be an issue. We have a total of 4, 5, 6 points of healing and 1 full refill of our ink. Let's open with the stun, as I usually do. It costs a bit of ink, but it'll do 2 damage and stop him from doing what he's doing for a turn. Give me a second to think. He's gonna just go for disable skill again. Which I'm assuming is gonna knock one of my 4 choices out, probably. As to which one, I don't know. But since he's not gonna do damage, I don't need to shield, so let's just drain in a good chunk of ink back. Okay, he knocked my slash skill out for 2 turns, and now he's gonna try to hit me. Strong hit could be anything between, like, 2 and 4. Like, it's guaranteed to be more than 1, I just don't know by how much. If I stun him again, we get some free damage, and I can easily get the ink back, so we'll go ahead and just keep stunning him. This is why I wanted to raise the damage on the stun, is we can just beat the shit out of somebody like this. And now Slash will take him out. We can get the ink back later. The man looks at you angrily. Damn you. Fine, Maria will deal with you later, thief. The man instantly disappears as though he was never there, but the bruises on your body say otherwise. Damn, this is really bad. I heard a story, one that ended badly, about walkers who tried to joke around with the writers' police. I can't even imagine what would happen to one who fought the police. Attacking a police officer, plus stealing from a book that is still under license. It's not 30 years, of course, but it would definitely get you 5. Now, wait a damn minute. Hold on. So you're saying you did something worse than assaulting an officer and stealing together? What the hell did Etienne do? So we'll finish this as quickly as we can, then get out of here before backup arrives. That's certainly an idea. You get the feeling that this was a setup, though? Considering it's both a book that Etienne has attachments to. Oh. I just realized that the painting in this time looks like the man that was in the cage. But the painting in the future time looks like an old man. Oh. That has connotations that I'm not sure I'm happy to understand yet. Though that would explain why this place is called the Timeless Mansion. We could be dealing with another one of those reaching for eternal youth situations. Actually, his model doesn't really look like the portrait, but the dialogue portrait he had was pretty close. Might not be the same guy. We'll find out. Put this gear in. This also might allow us to go somewhere else, considering we're running out of path to take. You put the first gear into the clock. You hear the mansion's master shouting furiously from the basement. You think that'll help you attend? Well, that proves that he is the master of the mansion, and you see what I mean about the portrait and that looking the same. Which, this is probably when you're supposed to clue into that. Having the two side by side like that. And of course, the dialogue saying that he is the master of the mansion. You don't even know what that clock does. How did he know we were here? We need to find the other two gears, but let's speed things up a little. I feel really uncomfortable in this place. I thought you'd be glad to be back in your... No, I'm not. And this isn't my book anymore. I wish I could burn this whole place to ashes. Alright, let's start with that girl's brother. Maybe he knows something? Since as far as I can tell, they investigated all this already. We didn't see him in the past. Can you jump even earlier? Yeah. Where are we headed? Let's go to 1990 then, instead of 1990... Now hang on a second, though. If we go 5 years even further back, how the hell are we supposed to find her brother? Unless there was that much of a gap between when he went there and then when she went here? But it sounded like she was, like, actively expecting him to be there. So that doesn't make much sense. But, we'll go with it. Phew, I guess today's our lucky day. So many jumps and we're still in one piece. Maybe it's just because you're so skillful? Heh. Stop it. Hey, sorry, I'm just trying to lighten things up a little. Thanks for trying. So there wasn't even a staircase here 10 years ago. Okay. The portrait still looks the same. The workbench is on a different side. Was there a window there in the other times? I don't remember. For some reason, Attend's having a hell of a time with these stairs. Attend, please. Attend, please. Attend, why are you like this? You know, I really hope I don't need that workbench specifically in this time, because he cannot figure out his way to navigate to it. Which, that's one gripe I've had with this, is sometimes the navigation is a little funky. Taking all the stuff off this table. Looks like he used to be an artist of some kind, like making busts. Considering there's tools and such around these and some incomplete busts. Barrel, the lid tied firmly shut with rope, attracts your attention. You easily cut through the rope with pliers. Ignoring the fact that pliers are not really known for their cutting, I keep looking at that as we've gone, and I can't help but question that a little bit. Like, you could probably pick the rope apart with the pliers, but I can't help but feel like wire cutters or something would be closer to what they really meant with that. Another bottle. Oh. One of the Master's letters, a burnt, unsent invitation to one of the young women. I see. And there's a room that got boarded up here. Or at least, they were working on boarding it up. What's this? Someone's building a secret room? Oh, they're digging it out. The master of this house is a rich aristocrat who lives here with his beautiful... What I mean is he'd have his servants do this kind of work. But it looks like they've been completely written out of the plot. Do you think they moved him to another book? No, that's too dangerous, even for my client. They probably just got erased. Alright, we should look around this place in different times. Now that we know that that secret room exists, we probably are meant to look for it. I don't think it would be there in the full future, or in the year 2000, because it looked like that area was destroyed. Oh yeah, this door doesn't exist this time. So I guess we were only here to get information about that secret room then. Let's go ahead and go back to 1995 and find that room. Because that's probably where Jonathan is then. And I was suspicious of this portrait the entire time, because it's very obviously not where it belongs. And if you look, there's a niche underneath it. I saw the gap before, but it wouldn't let me do anything with this information. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but even a portrait that size would be mounted higher off the ground than that normally, not barely lifted off the floor. This painting caught my eye right away. I figured there must be a hiding place behind it. Why didn't you say something then? I don't know. Well, we definitely know what's behind the painting. Now, how do I open it? Yeah. That's entirely possible. You look behind the painting and see that it's mounted on a vertical runner set into the wall. I think it slides upward. You push gently and the picture slides upwards. Subtle. Yep, there he is. A teenage boy is standing in the middle of the room, covering his face with his hands in fright. Hey, let's talk. Don't kill me. We're not associated with your kidnapper, are you, Jonathan? Yes. The kid lowers his hands and tries to get a glimpse of you in the light. This isn't gonna end well. Well, we kind of are, but not in the way you think. Don't say it like that. It's gonna sound bad. Damn it, a 10. Damn, that's a cool mask. Squinting. I told everyone we should wear masks for this job too, but they all just laughed at me. Your sister asked me to find you. Sister? I don't have a sister. Well, that's what she told us. Hold on, was she a short girl, Samantha? She's still here? No, we helped her get out. It's her idea to rob this mansion. She promised us there would be a ton of loot inside. But all we found was rotting walls and that psycho. How many of you were there? 6, but 3 ran away right at the beginning. And we saw him kill 1. Ah. So there's no one else to look for. Got it. Well, I'd say they definitely did some work on your character here. He's not mine out anymore now. You can still fix him, right? I'm afraid not. So you're thieves then? Well, not really. We're more like... Well, yeah, we're thieves. Can't bullshit my way out of this one. Okay, I'm something of a thief, too. Whoa. The kid looks at you like he's found his new hero. A 10, please. By the way, have you seen any gears? Big ones around here? Gears? No, are they valuable? Not really. If you check the desk with the secret compartment in the storage room already, then check the master's study. I think he hid something in both places. We actually already found a gear in the master's study, but there's nothing in the storage room. He's got this crazy thing set up with a double false bottom. Did you get it open? A double false bottom? excessive much? Yeah, first you open the false bottom, then there should be another one under that. My god, we just went through all that just for... Alright, time to go back and check out this double false bottom and quickly. You untie the kid. Thanks. He gets up off the floor and glancing around leaves the room. Yeah, I kind of figured the whole brother-sister bit was a lie to get me to be more inclined to help. But at the same time, it was going to end up being useful information either way. Oh, good. A familiar dark blue police uniform appears in your peripheral vision. However, the woman in the uniform seems completely calm and collected. I am Sergeant Mariah Glowitz, the woman says, casually tapping the badge on her chest. You're under arrest of suspicion of plagiarism and attacking a police officer. She pulls on dark leather gloves. I advise you stop resisting and come with me. And if I don't, then I will have no choice but to use force. She balls her hands into fists and grins slightly. Well, in that case, I apologize for making you use force. You roll out your shoulder, limbering up. I mean, she was very obviously eager to try to beat the shit out of us. Let's go ahead and recharge our ink. Stun her right quick. And we're gonna do it again. Now you're gonna disable one of my skills, but that's okay. Of course you disabled my stun, but that's okay as well. I honestly don't mind letting you hit me. So I doubt you'll kill me in one hit. Only 2. Okay, that's fine. You lose. This also means I could have shielded past that, then. Mariah is breathing heavily. She's leaning to the side, but manages to somehow keep her balance. This isn't over, thief. The whole police force will come looking for you. Before you can blink, Mariah Glowitz disappears from the book. You alright? I've been better. You straighten the crumpled papers on your face. Yeah, she did get a good hit on us. That one's actually fair for the dialogue to say that we got hurt. Because we actually did get hurt there. Right, we need lockpicks for that. We might actually have enough for it. Yeah, no, from a gameplay perspective, it makes sense for the portrait to be that obvious. Just in-universe, it seems silly. Let's see, they said there was a double false bottom in the storage room. But the thing is, it's also meant to be a written book, so it also makes sense that the eccentric guy with his weird clock house would also have his painting not exactly be subtle. Search the desk. You quickly find what used to be a hiding place. The false bottom is sideways inside the drawer. It's empty. We should check in the past. Oh, we need to go further back and see where it is then. It really is goofy, though. I appreciate how silly it is. But I also can't help but call it out at the same time. Okay, so let's go all the way back. Because the storage room does exist in this time. I believe. But it's locked. Oh, out the window then. Nothing for it. Huh. Oh, that's what we got the plank for. Can you jump it? You look down through the hole at a dried up thorn bush. How about we look for something to put over the hole, like planks or something, yeah. Let's see. That was a lot more planks in my pocket than I thought. I hope it holds. Just as well that I conveniently picked up the planks when I saw them, huh? A plain writing desk stands against the wall. There's no way it's not important since it's behind bars. Only one set of bars in this time frame, I would like to point out. They extended the room and added a second bookcase that slides back and forth. In 5 years. Oh boy. You open the only drawer, but it's empty. So if we assume the author rewriting someone else's books isn't particularly intelligent, then it's obvious you push on the bottom of the drawer and open the secret compartment underneath. Another false bottom. Your thought process is good, but it's still empty. You feel around inside the drawer just in case, but you don't find anything. Am I missing something? Do I need to check another time again? Maybe we should search the other rooms? We haven't checked them all yet. No. Okay. Since we know about the double false bottom, we can actually find this immediately. I guess you would ordinarily have come here first. But I actually missed the window the first time, and that's why we didn't end up with this problem. Remember what the kid said about the double false bottom? I guess the new author is more clever than I thought. I mean, to come up with a double false bottom really takes a higher level of thinking. Not really. Especially when you consider the logistics of such a thing. You'd really end up with a drawer that is much smaller than it should be, which makes it very obvious that there's the first false bottom. And unless you actually don't notice the difference that's still left, you'd find the other false bottom rather easily. You open the second false bottom of the drawer and take out another gear from the compartment. One less gear to find. Time to go back to the clock? Yep, we're going further back in time. We may as well unlock this door while we're here. There's a key sticking out of the door, and this is exactly why, because now we'll have the key to open it in the future. Nice. Hopefully those will last you a while. Oh, think we should take that? Might come in handy in another time. Also means somebody else can't lock the door in the future if we take it in the past, theoretically. You turn the key in the lock to open the door, then put the key in your pocket. So either the door won't be locked when we go there. Well, tents are good stuff, especially since they last a little bit, so you can reuse them. Pop the next gear in. We should go to the latest time we can to put the gears in. What if something happens to the clock over the course of the years? Fine. So didn't we put it into the clock in, like, 1995 the first time? They didn't question it then? It doesn't matter. You put the second gear into the clock. Or should we go for the... Bang! He got out. You looking for this, Satan? He's holding the final gear. Damn. So, where's Amanda? The man is trying incredibly hard to stay calm, his head tilted slightly to the right. Where is my wife? What's he talking about? The man pauses for a second, tilting his head to the left. Oh no. No prize for who can guess what happened here. I see two potentials for why a 10 is the problem here. And why specifically his wife is what this man is looking for. Specifically his own wife, that is. Because there's two options. One, his wife is the woman who ran out of here, which is possible. Or the wife is related to a 10's crime, which is looking more and more likely by the minute, considering his description of her earlier. I can't be forgetting her. I can't. He starts rubbing his temples furiously. Tell me, what did they do to you? What did they try to rewrite? The man continues to rub his temples, his eyes unfocused. Do you remember anything? I remember Amanda. She was with you. Now I can't find her anywhere. She looks at you, tilting it, his head slowly tilting to the right again. At the same time, his minor attack of confusion passes, and his anger rises up in its place. Bring her back! Let's talk this through. The man looks at you, silent. He looks like he's about to charge forwards. Try to remember more about yourself. Didn't want to kill anyone. This is a different part. His head tilts to the left again. You notice his clothes are stained with fresh blood. Wait, why do you have those kids? Bang! You're thrown backwards and your head slams into the clock's hard metal edge. Ugh. 10. You stole Amanda from me and left me here alone. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. I think that's what his crime was. He pulled Amanda out of her book. After he wrote her into existence. He tucks the gear away inside his shirt and then starts cracking his knuckles. How about I try and help you fix what's been rewritten? You stand up slowly. Oh, don't worry. He now loosens his shoulders. I don't need help. I certainly enjoy my newfound powers. He balls his fist tightly, flexing the muscles in his arms. Oh, this is not good. I almost want to let a 10 get the shit kicked out of him, but that would keep us from getting anywhere. That's, of course, assuming my theory about what's happened here is correct. Also, apparently he is stun-proof. Oh, that's why the other upgrade to the stun exists. So people like him can still be stunned. I think. Let's try it again so I understand for sure that that's what happened. No, he got stunned that time. Oh, unless he gets 2 turns. Because he definitely was stunned and then became unstunned. So this is still worth stunning him then. Two damage. Next turn we'll win. Except I don't have enough to slash. I fucked up. We might actually just die here, actually, then. Shit, I miscalculated. If I'm right about him getting 2 turns, we lose. Oh, he healed. Huh. That's not what I expected. He's gonna heal himself again, too. Well, you know. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Stun him again. Because I can't guarantee that Slash would roll a 3. Go for it now. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. If he goes for 2 strong hits, we lose, though. Nope, he healed again. Let's heal ourselves as well, and go for... Yeah, there we go, there's the 3. The man lies motionless on the dusty floor after your grueling fight. You can't even tell if he's breathing or not. You think you were too harsh? Not a bad fight, a 10. The man's injuries start healing right before your very eyes. He slowly gets up from the floor. That's what I was afraid of, is he's been turned into an actual monster. At the same time, you hear the gears in the clock make a clanking sound. It's as though they're trying to start working, but can't because of the last gear is missing. Ah, so that's what the description meant, about the clock being connected to its owner. So as long as the clock doesn't turn, time stopped for him. And since time can't move forward for him, he cannot be harmed. Time will just keep reversing for him, back to when the clock was destroyed. Figured that out already. While the clock is stopped, nothing can hurt its master. That's why he hadn't gotten any older by the end of the book. Mm-hmm. That's why there was connotations to the portrait and the old man portrait that I didn't like. You spot the last gear lying on the floor between you and the reanimated monster. It seems to have fallen out of his shirt while you were fighting. You raise your eyes to the man, he looks back at you with a venomous smirk. Just try. You charge forward, but the instant your hand touches the gear, the man grabs you, and you soon find yourself in a tight chokehold. No luck, whispering with effort. Well, let's see. He's got us locked right now. If we try to drop down, he'd just pursue, because we were already down to begin with. But I feel like headbutting him wouldn't amount to anything either. I'm gonna flip a coin because I'm honestly not sure which way to go with this idea. Okay. Headbutt it is. You thrust your head backwards and the man recoils for a second, which is enough for you to free yourself from his grip. With one swift movement, you grab the gear from the floor. Damn. In an instant, you're standing by the clock. Put it in, quickly. Let's check the clock first, because I feel like the way they say put the gear in without looking means it's gonna backfire on me somehow. You look down and aim the gear carefully, and then you hear the sound of a fist flying towards you. At the very last second, you settle the gear into the clock, and it immediately starts ticking. No! The man grabs at the empty air in a final attempt to stop you. Is what I'm betting would happen is if we slam the gear down without looking, we'd miss where it belongs, and it wouldn't work. And then we'd get clobbered. A 10! He grabs his head as a shudder passes through his body. He begins to age rapidly, and the injuries from his previous fight, not only the one against you, start reappearing all over him. No! He swings his arms helplessly, then starts dissolving into dust. You watch it all happen silently, until there's nothing left of the monster, except a pile of ashes. My god! But now what? Nothing. You walk up to the character's ashes, digging around until you find a small, crumpled piece of paper. You quickly rip it in two. I've had enough. You pick up the clock and get ready to jump out of the book. We can talk about all this at 10, if you want to talk. So he destroyed the character completely. At least that's my best guess for what ripping the page that was laying in with him did. He basically undid his entire existence. Well, at least we got the clock intact. That's a job well done, even though we've learned a lot about a 10 that we might not have wanted to know. Mr. Chris, I would like to congratulate you on your purchase of an apartment. You are not the best, probably best tenant. Mr. Archibald Ermendal. Oh, let's send this on out. I guess we got an apartment with the money we've been making doing these theft jobs. Did you get the item? Shove it. There you go. And off he goes. Okay, everything's still opened up here. Huh. The tape's gone from that door. That's where one of our neighbors lived, and he got arrested. Taking a seat on the stairs, huh? Can't keep this up anymore. Two minutes later. Oh, phone's gone. What the? Complete book 5. Close the door, don't want anybody hearing us. Hello? There's an urgent job. I'm not... No, you're taking it. I think I've had enough. I don't want to do this anymore. At 10, it's your last job. You knew what that book was. You specifically sent me? I'm just the middleman at 10. I don't pick the jobs. That doesn't even... Listen to me. You're only a single step away from freedom, man. You've done it before. You know how to do it. And you're so good at it. Just one step at 10. One last job. Fine. Excellent, excellent. The order's at your door. Really knew how to hurt a guy on that one, didn't he? We can upgrade our shield. Ooh, healing when applied. Yeah. Give us a healing shield. His healing off the shield ends up being about the same as blocking more damage.
It's easier to get a new one.
Because if you think about it, for example, if it heals me for 1 every time I use the shield, and the increased shielding would block 1 more damage, it ends up evening out, but it allows me to, like, gain ground back against weaker attacks, whereas just a strong shield wouldn't help me at all. Sand. Fucking sand. I know it says the heart of sand, but just the fact that sand was in giant letters there. Wait. It says the weather controller again. Oh, how much you want to bet that was the wrong paper they had modeled on the last one? And it was supposed to be like some kind of clock. But they accidentally put the weather controller there for both of them. Because a weather controller for this makes a lot more sense. And I assume it's gonna be another big thing. I don't know. The weather controller will apparently fit in that compartment. Good to know. We know what to look for. And it looks to be some kind of train. Well, here we go. For our supposed last job. I have a suspicion there's gonna be more to it after the last job, though. You decided to keep working? Seems I don't have a choice, you shrugged tiredly. After what happened? How did they manage to convince you? Or has another month passed since I last saw you? They spent a whole month convincing you? Not quite that long. I know what you're saying. They're right. I need to finish my last job. If they get rid of my shackles, I can write my own book. So those same thieves can rob it later on. Looking at the floor. Tired. Just help me finish this. What are we looking for? A weather controller. A device that can control the weather? Seems so. It would certainly come in handy here. You look around, the air feels like it's at least 100 degrees, if not 120. Okay, let's get to it. Well, that seems important. What do you want? A small light is blinking next to the radio panel, while next to a worn-out accept call button. Let's examine the radio before we answer that call, though. Old equipment, covered in sand. You see a steel plate with number 42 on it next to the speaker. You hear static over the radio. Lindef Jr. speaking. I'm taking over for the late senior meteorologist. The voice belongs to a very young man, but sounds confident, as though he's been given commands over the radio his whole life. Is anybody between lines 10 and 40? We're 42, so we are not between 10 and 40. Who knows? I think we're in range, maybe? You're breaking up. What's your number? Got it. Pete Jenkins, correct? Not exactly. I don't think Pete will be making radio contact anytime soon. Is his body nearby? There's a skeleton in the chair. Writing something down. Thanks, I've noted that in the log. Must have been the desiccation storm last week that got him. What kind of storm did you say? Congratulations, you're the new operator of 42. So I'm obligated to inform you that there's a death storm forecast between lines 10 and 40, so you should head on towards town. You can take shelter there. Alright, I'll try to get the train moving. Good luck. I get the distinct impression that that's a good luck of you're fucked if you try to do that. You'd be better off walking. But I feel like walking would be a terrible idea as well. There's a long list of names scratched into the wall, and each one is in different handwriting. A sharp nail hangs on a chain nearby. Looks like this is a list of the train's previous operators. There's dozens here. Is this some kind of cursed train? Probably just in a dangerous place. Look at the end of the list. Last one is, Ronald Miles? What about our dearly departed Pete Jenkins? He probably didn't have time to add his name. Yeah, let's honor him and put his name on there. Poor guy deserves this, at least. Well, probably. We didn't know him after all. You take the nail from the chain and scratch Pete Jenkins' name into the wall. This might even be how this happened but for the rest of them, is they were found dead and the next guy put their name in the wall, for all we know. Not bad. What about yours? You're the operator now. Do you want people to forget about you too? I feel like we'd be better off not doing it, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it's funny. You're right, I should add it. You scratch your name into the wall at the end of the list and put the nail back. Nice job. Couldn't put half that effort into the other names, though. Had to make your own name the best? Yeah. You wipe the metal shavings off the inscription. To be fair, we're not the one who put the other names there. That's not our fault. Unless he's trying to imply that this is our book again. As you can see, all of the material we had got left behind in the other book, because every time we leave a book and come into the new one, everything is reset. Which it's interesting that we can bring things from the real world into the book, but we can't... Actually, no, because we brought Roderick out of the first book with us, but then again, he didn't belong to that book anyway. So that's a whole thing. Oh, no. What do you see? There's an oil bug inside. It ate everything. Something skitters around inside the tank. Yeah, can we skip the bugs? Is there no way we can get to town without the train? What, are you afraid of bugs? Hey, get out of the tank. Nah, it won't want to come out. Suddenly an oil-eating bug jumps out of the tank. The bug's 3 set of legs scrap apple at your hands. It's clearly displeased. Ew, drop it. I might need it. You put the bug in the most secure pocket of your jacket. You doubt you'll actually need it, but you're enjoying Roderick's reaction. The tank is empty with oil and bugs. The tank is small, and the canister fills it almost to the brim. It's definitely enough to get you to town. Okay, so we solved the oil tank problem. Type of desert bug that likes hiding in machinery where it can feed on oil for weeks. Okay. Technically makes you the train's operator. Good, good, I'm glad. I'm glad holding this key comes with all of the knowledge to be a train operator. The train's control panel covered in levers and buttons. It's a photo of a woman with her blonde hair and a ponytail. It could be the former operator's daughter, or maybe his wife. Well, let's start the train. I think it's running. Well, that was easier to get going than expected. I really figured that was going to be more involved. The Death Storm is approaching. Hurry, anyone out past 10 miles? Train 42, what's your problem? You're barely moving. He's right, we got the train started, but it's hardly moving at all. We'll figure it out. You're looking at the fuel panels. All indicators seem normal except one. Cylinder 3 pressure? There's a greasy note on the other side. Whoever gets this train next, I hope it's not you, Pete, you moron. Heh. The pressure in cylinder 3 has some stability issues. Sorry about that. Actually, no, I'm not going to apologize. By the time you're reading this, I won't care anymore. deal with it yourself. Just kidding. Try hitting the panel. It usually works for me. Good luck with the train. Well, I probably don't want to hit it as hard as I can, and hitting it lightly probably wouldn't do anything, so we'll hit it with measured force. Something inside clangs. Something cracks. The train starts slowly picking up speed. Well, that wasn't too hard. You pick up the radio. Great work, 42. I can see you're picking up speed. The weather has been all sorts of crazy lately, even here in town. Yesterday, a sorrow storm almost slammed us, and we haven't had one of those in 100 years. Do the storms usually miss the town? Of course, only the joy storms make it here. The rest usually pass us by. Like someone's controlling them, right? You can almost feel Roderick winking at you. What could affect the weather like that? I don't know. This all started after our senior meteorologist died. Come on, ask him about the weather controller already. It's obviously in town. Hey, have you ever heard of a weather controller? A what? It's a device that controls the weather. This is a joke, right? I don't think he knows anything. Yeah, I guess the senior meteorologist had the controller, and everything started getting messy after he died. We should ask around town about him. If only we had something like that. My god, he keeps laughing. We'd certainly be well off. Alright, I see you're pulling in now. Good luck in town. Until next time, jokester. He thinks we're kidding. He thinks we're kidding. We might be able to open this now? Nope. Need crowbar still. I wanted to see if the key would open the box as well. We probably should use ink to alter our appearance at this point. We got a stuck train here. The guard is trying unsuccessfully to open the door of the train. He notices you. Hey there. He glances briefly at your face, but apparently decides not to ask about it. Probably for the best. This guy here is causing a little traffic jam at the gate. Poor man got caught in a fear storm on his way here. I'm not getting anywhere with him, but I have to make sure everyone is in town before the storm comes. I'll try and talk sense to him. Go ahead and try, but be gentle. It's not the poor guy's fault what happened. We'll see. Hey, who's messing around with the door? I'm warning you, I'm armed. Let's not provoke him. Hey, friend, you there? Yeah. Calm down now. I'm from Train 42. Jenkins? Is that you? I shouldn't just straight tell him Jenkins is dead. He's gonna lose his mind over that. But if I tell him I'm Jenkins and he finds out I'm not Jenkins, he's gonna shoot me. I'm his friend. He didn't have any friends. Shit. I'm his son. Stop lying. You killed him. I know the truth. What have you done with Jenkins? I don't think there's a peaceful way out of this situation. I probably should have just told him that Jenkins was dead in the first place, considering I keep forgetting a 10 is bad at lying. You lean your whole body into the door. You hear the mechanisms inside start grinding against each other. Just a little more. Come on, push. Clunk. I think the lock's open. The door easily slides to the side. A scrawny man is sitting in the locomotive, arms covering his head. Hey, friend. The man lifts his head. When he sees your face, his eyes start widening slowly. Ah, damn. Has there been even a single time when your appearance has actually helped us in a situation? Well, there was the kid that thought it was a cool mask, so kind of? The man's eyes are still widening. Or does it always just create more problems for us? Let me think. The man's eyes are as wide as they can go. Now his mouth begins to open. No, it hasn't helped. Not even once. I already told you, it's a disguise. The man lets out a piercing shriek and runs out of the train. You see him head into the desert, right towards the storm. Well, you definitely solved the problem, in a way. Well, I can't say you got the result I wanted. Sorry. Well then, I'll move his train along and then yours after. And in the meantime, go up to customs and get your paperwork straight. Yeah, we fucked up. But we solved the problem. We probably should have just let the gate guard deal with him. You know, the man with a human face that he would have recognized. The inspector is sitting in the cold, dark office. He looks up at you and a bored voice says, "Train number 42. The inspector takes through some papers. You Ronald Miles? No. Did you find the body of Ronald Miles? No, I found the body of Pete Jenkins. So after Miles, it was transferred to Jenkins, writes in his notebook. And now... Name's Bob. Just Bob? Bob Bobson just sounds so bad. Yeah. I'll write that down. Wearing a shabby coat with a rusty cage hanging around his neck. It's not shabby. His face, he looks at you, then looks down, and again is apparently disfigured. Ho! You aren't too good looking yourself. The inspector doesn't react. Here's your ticket. Hands you an old yellow ticket which looks like it's been passed around for years. One standard town visit, 2 hours. Can I stay longer? You must sell all possessions belonging to the train's former operator before you leave town. Make that your top priority. I thought they were mine now. The inspector looks at you silently, trying to understand whether you're joking or you really don't know how things work around here. The train is yours, the possessions are the people's. What happens if I can't sell them all in 2 hours? The items will go to the people. Okay, thanks. Go on through. He opens the turnstile. Okay. Got an interesting situation going on around here then. Which, we didn't really acquire many possessions from him, did we? Which means we have to get that box open to get his possessions to then give it to the people. A young woman is talking to one of the travelers, who passes her a strange half-empty bag. Extend my time by 1 hour, please. He hands over the bag and quickly turns away. Hold on. The man freezes, tilting his head. Just who do you take me for? There's not even enough sand in here for 15 minutes. She shakes a small pile of red sand out into her palm of her hand. Are you up to your old tricks again? Do I need to call the guard? No, please, 15 minutes is fine. Just let me catch my breath and I'll be on my way. The man slowly retreats. He looks extremely tired. The woman turns to an empty hourglass in one of the niches in the wall. Damn beggars. She pours the sand from her hand into the hourglass. She then picks up her radio and you hear a crackling sound coming from the speakers echoing all over town. Peters, train 124, 15-minute extension. She puts the radio back on her belt and then reaches out a hand to you without looking. Okay, yellow. She takes out a new hourglass and pours enough red sand to reach the second mark on the side. She then puts it to one of the empty niches in the wall. 2 hours, starting now. Good luck in town. Thanks. It seemed like it'd be pointless to ask her about the meteorologist. She seems like she would have just asked us for our thing and told us to get the hell out. Melon seller, an inspector, woman doing laundry. Well, the melon seller probably sees a lot of people, so let's talk to him first. The merchant is desperately trying to get your attention. His smile reminds you of late-stage insanity. Oh, I've just made the right choice here, haven't I? Hey man, hey, come over here. You got any sand? No, I'm looking to earn some myself. Oh well, I can't help you with that. I've been selling my heart out, but I haven't even got enough sand to fix my train. You look at the melon seller's train. There are lots of things in this world you would call run down, but everything you've seen up until now is sparkling clean compared to this train. And my time's running out. I have a half hour left in town. All because of those damn guards. They gave me a penalty, those dogs. What am I supposed to do? My wheel's busted. You notice the train's front wheel is sitting at a 45-degree angle. He doesn't need to worry. With a wheel like that, there's no getting that train out of here in any case. I should get going. Oh, that was a bust. How about you guys? You know anything useful? Two inspectors are standing by the train discussing something. I don't get it. Why don't you like the auction idea? We always sell empty trains at auction. This heap of scrap wouldn't even make it a few miles. It's not a train auction, it's a premeditated murder of one of our people. It needs to be taken off the tracks and scrapped. Janine has enough work as it is. She just got started on all those electronics. It'll be next year before she gets around to the train. Where will we keep it till then? Just have someone take the train and leave. They can ride around, maybe find the parts and fix them themselves. I can't believe how stubborn you are. The guard storms into the train and you hear a sharp metallic clang. Then the man comes back with something in his hand. See this? Fine. He rolls his eyes. This is the damn brake handle. Should it be here in my hand, or should it be holding the train in place? Let me at least go through his stuff myself. The inspector suddenly notices you and scowls. What the hell are you doing here? I could tell them to get away from the train, but that would be pointless and just rile people up for nothing. And keep going. He hesitates for a moment, then reaches into his pocket and takes out a bag of sand. And forget everything you heard. Sure. Now get out of here. Don't interfere. The inspector turns around and loses interest in you. Yep. Figured keeping my head on my shoulders would get me a bag of sand out of that one. So red sand's a currency around here. That's been proven. The green around this train's roof is quite striking. By local standards, you're looking at a very well-kept train. Hello, do you... The woman sharply puts a finger to her lips. You manage to get a look at her face. She's incredibly beautiful, even with the deep shadows under her eyes. It looks like the train's been washed recently. The metal and glass are gleaming. And the thin layer of newly settled dust just looks like an elegant decoration. Green stems sway on the roof. You see Glanco, Hothoria, and tons of other plants you don't recognize. Sorry, did you need something? I wanted to ask, do you know how I can get to the upper district? I heard the meteorologist lives there. You can only get it in once you retire, and I think you still have a while before that happens. I do too. How do I get in there now? Today? The woman shrugs silently and looks toward the way out of town. Running your eyes over the locomotive, you notice an old trailer with dried up branches sticking out of the leaky roof. Yeah, there's a bit of a stark contrast between how nice her train is and how disastrous this thing looks. Let's take a closer look before we ask stupid questions. The longer you look at the trailer, the more you shiver. Chills run up and down your spine like something icy touched the spot between your shoulder blades. Aren't you afraid your old trailer might fall off? The woman continues to look towards the way out. Yes, the trailer is quite old. If it falls off, it falls off. Corners of the woman's mouth turn up and she shakes her head. What do you do? As though the woman didn't hear your question. She just stares silently, watching. Just when you think she's not going to answer, she starts to speak. I'm making it through life, day by day. I meant the plants. Oh, the plants. I used to enjoy nurturing life. The woman looks at the old trailer and stiffens for a split second, and she sees all the muscles in her face tense. But in an instant, the illusion passes. What's inside the trailer? Things, old things, ancient things, toys. Why are you carrying them around? I thought it was better to travel light in the desert. I don't know. I'd rather keep them with me. The woman frowns, but doesn't tell you to leave. Yet. That's a little odd. Also, for it being full of toys, there's a remarkable bit of brush sticking out of it. She also didn't sound like she cared if it fell off, so her story's conflicting with itself. Do you know anything about the meteorologist? He tells us when storms are coming. Is that it? You don't know anything else? The woman turns her head to look you straight in the eye. You can't read her expression. I won't keep you any longer. Thanks. You turn to leave, but suddenly feel something crawling across your neck. Wow, an oil eater. Seems that the oil bug in your pocket finally managed to make its escape. She would not appreciate it if I swatted it, I feel. Let's just knock it off there. You put your hand over your neck. Stop. Huh? Leave it with me. Okay. She walks over and opens the door of her train, picks something up and returns to you. Here. She's holding out two old dusty bags of sand in her open hand. 2 bags for this gross little bug? Is she insane? You won't hear me complaining. I knew this bug would come in handy. I was admittedly thinking more in terms of sabotage rather than making money, but, you know. You carefully remove the bug from your neck and pass it to the woman. She gives you the 2 bags of sand. Thanks. The woman nods gently to you, then returns her attention to the bug. No idea what she wants it for, but that's her business, not mine. I mean, it was my business until I sold it. I like this train. The one with the clock tower on it. Almost looks like it's got a cannon sticking out the front. Door to a junkyard. What do you got going on? Get out of here, outsider. Okay, that didn't work. The old man's face turns sour when he sees you. We got off to a bad start last time, but do you think you could end... Sand? You got any sand? No, I'm just trying to find out... Then keep walking, idiot. Trying to waste my time. I don't recall we met this guy at all at any point, but whatever. The woman looks at you unkindly. Well, guess we're not going anywhere with that idea. Got some guards hanging out there, but let's deal with the rest of the people down here first. Silently waves you away. Open suitcases are strewn around the train car. A man is washing something in a metal basin full of dark red water. He's washing so intently you can hear the fabric ripping. He has an impressively large fang from some unknown animal hanging around his neck. He stops washing and shoots you a mean look. Gauge around your neck. Is that some kind of new trend? You know, the clear dislike in the man's voice. Let's just keep going. We don't need any more problems. Is he washing out blood? Who cares? We're just passing by. Keep going, keep going! Maybe I should tell... Hey! Suddenly you feel a powerful yank down near your neck. You look down to see a man's wet hand grabbing Roderick's cage. I had a trendy friend once, always bragging about his sand bear fang. Damn it! You grab the cage too and pull it towards you. But I taught him some manners. 1 punch. 2. He looks at you with bloodshot eyes and keeps trying to pull the cage toward himself. Cage hinges start making an unpleasant crunching sound. Or is that your neck? Asking people to help you probably wouldn't end well, so I'm just gonna kick the guy's ass. The man easily dodges your attack and pushes you away from him. It appears a real fight is about to start. Okay. You wanted a fight, you're gonna get it. Hope you came prepared to lose, sucker. And y'all better believe that I'm gonna loot the body when I'm done. That'll only do 2. But he's only gonna do 2 as well, so we'll just hit him, and then we'll finish him off on the next turn. The man flies into the basin, which turns over with a crash, spilling its contents onto the ground. What a sick bastard. You okay, 10? Next time you're going in my pocket, or even better, walking on your own 2 feet. Breathing hard, you carefully touch your neck. The string left an impressive welt on the back. I know it's none of our business, but we can't just let that psycho roam free. Calling the guard probably won't help, so let's just deal with him. You look at the suitcases on the ground and notice a photograph. 2 smiling men are standing in front of a locomotive. One of them, your attacker, has his arm around the other, who looks pale and tired. His shoulder is bandaged and he has a fang pendant around his neck. Yeah, guess whose blood was probably being washed out of everything. You toss the photograph aside. Oh, there's some rope. What are you doing? What's going on? He suddenly comes to and tries to stand up. The anger is gone from his voice, and now he sounds scared. Nothing's going on. Everything already happened. The man spots the photo on the ground, then his eyes move to the bloody clothes nearby. Suddenly his face changes. Henry? Oh no. Did I do this? He falls to his knees. For what? He looks at the 2 bags of sand on the ground, which fell out of his pocket during the fight. Get those away from me. I can't look at them. I'm gonna guess he was affected by another one of those storms. Or, you know, just standard human activity. Could go either way on that one. Ah, okay. Ah, okay. I saw a thing pop up, so I wanted to check on it before continuing. Just to make sure nothing important was happening. You pick up the bags of sand. The man falls to the ground and starts crying. Let's go. We should leave him be. So we now have 5 bags of sand. Oh, we do have Jenkins' journal, though. We should probably find somebody to get rid of that, too. I guess that's the possession I need to sell. Or give away. You look like you'd be interested in a man's journal. The sound that reaches your ears seems impossible in this desert world. Rustling pages. Hundreds of pages. The table next to the woman's train is full of books with well-worn covers. Each one looks like it was taken out of an antique bookshelf. Hello! The young bookseller, waves to you. I've got this. I have something that might interest you. The bookseller tries to look uninterested, but you see her fingers trembling as you hand her Jenkins' journal. Notes? Interesting. Yes, very interesting. Are these someone's memoirs? Wow, this is an absolute treasure trove. Have you read it? I thought it was just the old train driver's journal. Let me read some of it to you. Don't bother, I just want to sell it. I'll buy it. How much do you want for it? 10 bags is probably unreasonable. 5 I might be able to swing. We'll try 5. 5. Oof, I'd be glad to give you 5 bags of sand, but then I'd have to leave town right now, and I still have so many books to sell. Would you lower your price? Yeah, I'll go 2. 2 bags. Well, I wasn't planning on spending so much, of course, but that's a fair price. The bookseller disappears into her train and returns with 2 bags of sand. They have yellow letters in a language you don't know embroidered on them. This is for good luck. Yeah, thanks. You should have found out what was in that journal. It might have helped us understand this world better. I thought you could help with that. Haven't heard much useful advice from you recently, by the way. That is true. He knew a lot about the first 2 books we went into, and a little bit about the 3rd one, too. Not as much with the 4th one, and then, since then, he's clammed up completely, but he's also seen us do more and more screwed up things along the way, so I feel like he's chosen not to help us rather than not being able to help us. Which I can't blame him. Not buying anything. Leave. Hey, are you a digger? Sure. Need work tomorrow? I want to dig up a building on Malta Street, but can't do it myself. Of course, what's your plan? I started digging from the top, got to the 20th from the 20th to the 7th floor, but the lower floors are hard work. The sand's packed tight, and it's a pickaxe job. I wanted to round up a few more people, then we'll move out at sunrise. Is there anything special there, in that building? The man peers closely at you. Seems like he's not sure you can be trusted. There was a gun store on the 1st floor of the building. The work is all that should concern you. I'll pay you, and what's in the building is none of your business. You in or no? I'll think about it. Think then. He throws the cigarette on the ground and turns away from you. Is he gonna start a riot in town when he gets his hand on those weapons? No, he gets caught in the firestorm in a firestorm out on the road tomorrow. Ah, I should get going. That said, if he gets caught in the firestorm on the way out, that means that there's no harm in taking his money. I need pliers to open that crate. Like, I know that that's a screwed up way to look at it, but, you know. It is what it is. A middle-aged woman is resting on the stoop of her train. A basin of laundry, children's clothes, sits at her feet. She stares at your train for a moment. She sighs, then leans against the train door, which buckles slightly under her weight. So you're from Train 42, huh? She grabs a cigarette and takes a drag. Did you know the previous operator? Jenkins? Yeah. He was my husband. She gets up heavily and starts hanging the laundry as if nothing had happened. I'm sorry. Are your hands clean? Pass me the clothes. She nods at the basin and the diapers inside. Her nod sends ash flying from her cigarette into a pair of men's pants hanging on the line. She shakes up the sheet and throws it over the line. What's your business in town? Got stuff to sell? She blows her cigarette smoke upwards to keep it off the sheet. The woman ashes her cigarette, and you see her quickly glance at you as she takes the sheet. So, Jenkins' possessions. Do you need me to... Sniffling. Pass her a bunch of socks. You pile a few socks from the basin together and give them to the woman. But the woman doesn't turn around to take them from you. She stands with her back to you, not speaking. When I found him, there was really nothing I could do. She nods weakly a few times. Turning halfway around, she passes you a cigarette. She already has a fresh one in her mouth and lit. I mean, I might as well take it. I won't use it, but I'll take it. You sit on her train stoop. Found a journal on his train. I guess it belongs to you now. Customs won't let me just give it to you, but I'll figure something out. She smiles. Journal. Jenkins didn't know how to write. He probably robbed or killed someone. Those aren't his things. These thoughts seem to put her in a better mood. As she finishes her cigarette, she packs up and heads inside her train. A child's joyful laughter greets her. Well, that's good news. That said, that does mean that we probably gave away something actually useful when we gave away that journal. And that I feel a little bad about. Because we might have actually learned something, but we also didn't have a prompt to interact with the journal in any way, so I don't know if we were even able to. And aside from the train key, which is technically ours now, I don't think we have anything else that belonged to Jenkins. Aside from the things that would have been in that box that we couldn't get into. Let's see what these guards have to say at this point, since it doesn't seem like there's anybody else left on the floor with us. Two guards are sitting at the gate, playing a strange game with stones. The guard on the left pretends not to notice you. The guard on the right isn't as good at feigning indifference. You see him casting quick glances at you. What do you want? What you guarding? The men look at you, not speaking. Did you get blown here by an idiot storm, pal? The guard on the right grunts. Don't bother us. Let me through. I need to get to the upper district. Are you over the age of 60? Yes? The men look at you, not speaking. No. Are you visiting your wife and newborn? No. The man looks at you silently, glowering. Is there no other way in? He continues to glower at you. He clearly wants you to leave. Your turn. The other guard draws his attention away from you as he hands him 3 round stones. I'll just be on my way, then. I was kind of hoping that there'd be a prompt to bribe them or something. Aha! That's what I needed. So I believe... Yes, I think there's enough to make either the pliers or the lockpicks or something. I assume I'm allowed to go back to my train without having to leave, but we'll find out. The only other place to go is the junkyard. Yeah, we are able to go to the junkyard. No, smaller junkyard than I would have expected. There's all the parts we're gonna need for a few things, I think. You see a tall woman digging around in a pile of scrap metal. She picks up something that looks like an old computer case, then rakes out the microchips and wires as if they were parasites on a ripe piece of fruit. She tosses the cleaned-out computer into the pile on your left. Did you want something? Then she picks up a new one, not paying any particular attention to you. She looks at the pile of scrap metal she still has to go through. For many, actually. For sand. The woman smiles. Getting paid pretty well for this. I don't want to share my earnings with anyone else. Who's paying you? Do they have more work? But maybe there's something a little less dusty? I'm not sure. She looks you over from head to toe. Let's stay how we are. Faking it's not gonna help us. I don't think they'll have any use for you. You can go ask Mr. Riano for yourself. He lives in the middle of the square. Now Riano. Got it, thanks. She responds with a sour smile. You've got a lot of computers there. Yep. She's concentrating hard on her work. Where'd they come from? She gives you a quick glance. Jenkins brought them in a week ago. He dug up a whole warehouse full of electronics. Oh. Tell me about Jenkins. Was? Oops. Oh. Did I say was? I meant to say I heard he was a nice guy. No idea where you might have heard that, but definitely not in town. He was a real jerk. I hope he dies. So good news, you got your wish. He's already dead. He's a skeleton in my train. What's that pipe? What's that pipe on the wall? Where's it go? It's a secret. She gives you a quick glance and then continues ripping apart the computer. I'm great at keeping secrets. So am I. She looks you in the eyes for a moment longer than comfortable. That's what we're looking for. We can crawl through and get straight to the upper district. There's a passage there. Now we just need to figure out what to do about this sewer guardian. Yeah, I'll ask around in town. How do I get to the upper district? I'm trying to find a way into the upper districts. You know anything that might help? I don't know anything. She smiles slightly. The smile of someone who knows something and isn't going to tell you. She certainly isn't going to let me into that sewer on her own. We've got a bunch of money, and we've got equipment now. Okay, looks like there's no question or anything when we try to go back. Will you let me back over to my train? Nope, guess we're not getting into that stuff until we're done, then. He won't let me through. Okay, then. Yeah, because I can't interact with her anymore, either. So we're stuck on this side, so hopefully we don't need anything that was over there. Now, she said Narino lived in the square. Would that be you? Nope. Maybe it's this guy. Finally. Man's sleeve bears the letters CS next to an hourglass symbol. And you are? You keep looking at the letters CS, trying to think of what that might stand for. Custom service. From the custom service, I just figured finish going over your stuff then. Oh, this is our train, duh. You need to sell everything that belonged to Jenkins before your time in town's up. Everything you don't sell will be confiscated when you leave. Yeah, they warned me already. And that, he points at Roderick's cage, that's mine. Can I see the tag? He leans closer. I don't have any tags. An item with no tag belongs to no one. If it belongs to no one, then it's not yours either. Sell it. He writes something in his notebook. What the hell? I'm not selling my friend. He reaches for a radio on his belt and looks at you questioningly. Cool it. Let's try to solve this peacefully. Fine, no problem. I'll sell. He nods and takes his hand off the radio. The customs officer tosses a folded-up trading tent at your feet. Have you done this before? No. Unfolding the tent signals that you're selling goods. People will come and buy it from you, and you make what profit you can. And in half the sand at the entrance, points at the woman checking tickets. Do what you want with the rest. Good luck. Walks away. Well, we already sold Jenkins' journal. But I guess we now need to crack open the container in here probably and sell anything we find in there. Yeah, we don't have tools to get any of the other ones. You successfully opened the crate. 2 bags of sand, some metal, and some jewels. Well, we now have 9 bags of sand. I wonder if we're meant to even do the selling bit at all. Because realistically, we're probably not actually leaving town at any point. We just need to get into the upper districts. But there is the tent there, so... Let's see if we can do anything with that information. The trading tent is ready. Time to sell off Junkin's junk? Yep, start selling. You brush sand off the tent and notice passers-by start looking over more frequently. What do we have to sell? Everything left in the bag. Some weird gas cylinders. You dig through Jenkins' bag. Empty, you sigh. Just put them on the counter anyway. You keep rooting around in the bag. Some rags and a cup. I doubt I'll even get one bag of sand for this stuff. Oh, something else. Some kind of map. Hey, I bet we can do something with that. You notice the customer approaching. Listen carefully and remember this. The man is quite clean cut, probably from the upper district. You listening? Say that this map leads to something important, to treasure or whatever. What are you selling? The old man looks at the canisters, interested. Say anything, just push the map. I have something special. Some might even call it a real treasure. The old man doesn't react. He's probably heard that same story every day. I hope you don't mean those helium cylinders. He points at the cylinders on your counter. They're empty, by the way. Let's tease him with a bit of the map rather than showing him the whole thing. Continue. What more can I say? 10 bags of sand and the map is yours. I can't just pour out 10 bags for a map that leads who knows where. It leads to treasure. Which treasure, exactly? You tap on Roderick's cage. I'm thinking. A map to water? To a pile of sand? To a pile of food? Shelter? Well, to a pile of sand would be stupid in any other context. Water might get his attention because they've got a busted up water pump there. A shelter would be a mixed bag, I think. Because they're safe here in town, so why would they care about a shelter? Aside from they could get away from the customs service and everything, but I doubt that's something they would care about. The old man takes a flask of water from his belt and silently takes a drink. What's that you say? He wipes his mouth on his sleeve. Oh, right, I think I read that they give out water for free in the upper district. That's my fault. I feel like a pile of sand is stupid, but if they're gonna not fail-state me for saying the wrong thing, I'm just gonna go through these till we find the right one. What's it doing outside the town? Well, customs won't let you in with your own sand, so why the hell would I need sand out there? Food? What food? You're trying to say there's food just laying around in the desert? Just to go to waste out there. You know about the shelter too? He looks ever so slightly around. Huh? There's a lot I know. You try to sound convincing. 10 bags you say? I'll give you 5, but if the shelter isn't there, I'll come back and give you 5 more. 5? Wax. Right to your head. With this. He shows you the small club on his belt. It's a deal. Great, we have some sand already. So we've got 14 bags of sand now. And that's the extent of what we can do with the 10. Now what on earth do we use 14 goddamn bags of sand for? Maybe she knows something. Nope. She's busy with the book. Who told us about the lady with the electronics? I wonder if this is a branching path in this particular one based on what container you can open or something. Well, will you buy a melon? You look at you look the merchant over, rumpled clothes, worn out shoes, a small bag on the ground. Why is there a bag of sand at his feet? Let's say something about it. You dropped something. What's that? You nod at the man's feet. He looks down mistrustfully, then pauses. Well, slap my train and call me a sand melon. How could I drop that bag? How did I miss that? Thanks, man. I almost lost it.
Hi!
Hey, Tiny. We already got through one more job so far, and right now we're stuck in this weird town surrounded by emotion storms, apparently, because there was a sorrow storm, a joy storm, a fear storm, and all kinds of other things mentioned. We're trying to pick up a weather controller, which is presumably making those. But how you doing, Tiny? non-response and walk away. You spend the next few minutes unable to shake the thought that you could have used that sand. It's been a ride. I could have had my 15th bag of sand if I stole his, but I feel like I'll be benefited by helping him out on that. Sand, for some reason, is currency here. We're running out of people to talk to. Yeah, but she's fixated on the oil bug we gave her, which is how we got our first bit of money. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that's what I was telling you, is I was pretty sure you were gonna need the sleep. Well, she doesn't trust us, and she's the one I'm trying to figure out a way to work around at the moment. Hey there, Amber. Because I don't think she'll be interested in my sand at all. Yeah, see, we've already talked to her about everything we're allowed to talk to her about right now. But somebody else mentioned her. And I'm trying to think of who that was. I think it's somebody we can't talk to anymore. I think we already did the thing with them. We didn't go in the flashy train, though. In which part? Because there's some parts that are a little janky. When it twitches around. Of course, you know, there's also just this. There's less skin when I do this. Oh, you mean like that then? Yeah. I have options. I can also turn into a robot. I made things. I have multiple options. I've also got armor that I can pop on when I get angry. I forgot. That one's on me. Things all got kind of complicated for a bit. And besides, it's fun to let some things be a surprise. Is this where he lives? Mr. What was his name? Nariano. Hey, Mr. Nariano, come out. The door slowly opens. A middle-aged man appears on the doorstep. He looks a little too clean for these surroundings, and he's holding a glass of something orange. He squints at you from the doorway, apparently not trusting you enough to talk face-to-face. I'll just be direct. Aren't we all? He gestures at the square around you. I don't plan on living here. I just have to take care of one thing, that's it. One thing. What could there possibly be for you to do there? He sips from the glass. Let's just tell him the truth. I need to get something. He waits for you to continue. Something important to me. How important? He gestures for you to continue. Ooh, a man of business. I'd say about... You look into your pockets. 1 bag of sand important. His face twists. 5 bags? He gestures again for you to continue. 7 bags? Mm-hmm. The man starts nodding, but his hand doesn't stop moving. We could try and swindle the extra half a bag, but let's just give in and go all 10 bags. We'll have 4 left. I doubt we actually need that many for anything. 10. Now you're speaking my language. I love it when a person wants something that badly. In a flash, the man transforms from the reserved aristocrat into a jolly businessman. Not a bad start to the day, helping those in need, you might say. He steps forward and shakes your hand. I have some things I could sell you. I have possessions I need to sell off out, but I give them to you and you lower your price. I'm a man of business, you see. Dealing with junk just doesn't fit my status anymore. But I'm sure you'll find buyers among all the visitors in town today. Okay, I'll be back when I find 10 bags of sand. Good luck now, I'll be waiting for you. He bounds cheerfully up the stairs, sipping from his glass, disappears behind the door. I have the 10 bags of sand, though. I have 14 of the damn things. Here's your 10 bags. My dear friend, wonderful, wonderful. He jumps down from the entryway like an excited child. May I? He looks at the bags, ignoring you. Go ahead. Wonderful, wonderful. He counts the bags. He counts out 2, which he hands back to you. Give these to Janine, the woman who does the salvage work, or at the scrap heap. Tell her Mr. Nariano sent you. He scoops up the remaining bags and starts to head back into his home. Hold on, so it only costs 2 bags to get into the upper district and you're just keeping the rest for yourself just because you know this Janine? Well, it's money here. Think about it as if somebody offered you like $10,000. Or more likely, probably 10 million would get people excited at this point. 10,000 doesn't really excite people anymore. Right? It truly is a pleasure doing business with you, my dear friend. Come back anytime. He disappears behind the door. Well, we got suckered, but I'm not surprised by that. Good thing we have no need for any of that damn sand anyway. What am I gonna do, make red glass out of it? Wait, I also still... I'm not sure who got suckered here. I still have the sand. I feel like he swindled himself. Joke's on you, dum-dum. Watch, as soon as I interact with her, it's all gonna disappear. The woman has cleaned out at least 10 more computers since you were last year. The parts are laying next to her in neat piles. She notices the 2 bags of red sand you're holding. How's Mr. Nariano doing? She nods. He's 8 bags of sand better now. Hasn't lost his touch. He smiles prettily. Let's get on. Hold on, before we leave, we won't be coming back here. Are you sure you're ready? Yeah, let's get out of here. You toss 2 bags of sand at the woman's feet. Let's get to it. I don't have much time. Psst. Train 42, your time is up. Prepare to leave town. I repeat. Well, looks like you're too late. Is that a joke? I already paid you. Damn guards are about to come looking for me, and you're... She looks at you silently, smiling. I'm kidding, let's go. She clears away a small heap of scrap metal from against the wall to pull a lever there. It's open. I'd hurry if I were you. Thanks. The woman smiles again, but it seems the whole situation strikes her as comical. Honestly, yeah. I'd be laughing about this situation, too, if I was the one sitting there with the control lever for the man's escape door. Little advice for you. Trust a bag of bricks. Huh? What? A bag of bricks would be more reliable than most of these people. Now going back now. Needless to say, it smells awful inside that pipe. It smells awful in here. This is just a drainage pit for the square. It's not the sewage system, so it could be worse. That doesn't make me feel better. It really wouldn't. The way forward is blocked by a pile of trash, boards, and rags. It almost looks like a barricade. Let's disassemble it rather than trying to climb over it. I feel like climbing over it will just hurt myself. I don't even know where to start. Move the trash bags. Okay. What the? Dust pours out of the bags and gets in your eyes. Coughing. God damn it. You poke around the supports with your foot. One of the trash bags seems to be full of rocks or bricks. Ah, this is what she was saying. She was explaining the foothold. You put your weight on the bag and then throw your other leg... Hang on. Gotta wait for the achievement to go away so I can read the rest of this. Back off. Then you throw your other leg over the barricade of boards. But your pant and leg gets caught on a nail sticking out of a board. Oh, come on. Carefully unhook the nail. You shift your weight to your right hand and try to unhook your pant leg from the nail. I can't get it. Damn it! Come on, you're so close. Ah. Phew. Your pant leg is free. You jump the rest of the way over the barricade and land on your feet. Yeah, I mean, they frequently get in the way. Thankfully, they're never there for long. You jump the rest of the way over the barricade and land on your feet. You hear a voice over the radio somewhere up above. Final warning, Bob, operator of Train 42, your time is up. Leave town immediately or your train will be confiscated. You were right, there's definitely no going back. Ha, joke's on them, they'll be looking for Bob. Bob doesn't exist. Ha. Your path is blocked by another pile of wreckage. This one has tons of broken glass scattered around it. I'd be more careful here. We could just go for it. Or we could move all of the glass. Given our current health, I'm gonna move the glass. You pick up a nearby bucket and start tossing shards of glass into it. Another shard goes in the bucket. And another one. And another. Can't you go any faster? It'll be nighttime soon. Your hand twitches and a small shard of glass embeds itself in your finger. Somehow I knew that's how this was gonna play out, just because he was gonna yell at me for taking too long. Sorry, I thought you were done already. You straighten up. It looks like you are in fact done. Now you can try and jump over the obstacle. Let's do this. You get a running start. You begin to pick up speed. You keep running. Why aren't you jumping? I don't know. Ah! Too late. Damn. You alive? You broke down the whole barricade with your body. I felt it. You in one piece? I'm not sure. Damn. I think my shoulder is. You stand up with some difficulty. Well, that didn't end well. Just put some bread on it, it'll be fine. I think this is the last barricade. Well, it's not like I can get any dirtier. This is Linda F. Jr. speaking. A joy storm is approaching. It will hit us in 5 minutes. A joy storm? You could certainly use one of those. After this junkyard, even an ordinary storm would make me happy. The pile in front of you doesn't look particularly big. Just, I don't fucking care. Smash the barricade. Let's look at it. There's barrels and shit in there. It's not gonna end well if we try to smash it. It's just a bunch of junk. I feel like you could probably just step over it. He's right. Uh-huh. You carefully lift one leg over the pile. You quickly find yourself on the other side. Huh, that was easy. Joy storm, 3 minutes. Ooh, come on. Hurry and get outside. Okay, let's see what's in this upper district. I have a bad feeling about everything that's gonna play out from this joy storm. You know, this doesn't seem that much better. It really doesn't seem that much better at all. The joy storm has arrived. I repeat, the joy storm. Dad, is that you? You hear the sound of sand pouring out. It's getting closer. Soon it envelops your whole consciousness. You're suddenly overtaken by such a strong emotion that you involuntarily lean forward, like you're drowning in a calm, relaxing sea. Peace and quiet. You turn your head to the left and see your sister standing behind you. You're happy. She's not in danger anymore. You turn to the right and see your brothers. They're sitting next to you, all 10 brothers and you. They're wearing strangely colored armor. And you look down, and you see that you have the same armor on. You touch the armor. A piece flakes off, burning your hand. The image starts to fade. The vision passes, and you're filled with an unbelievably nostalgic sense of longing. 10? It's evening already? How long was I out? Pretty long time. Long enough that I started to worry about you. Damn it, we need to hurry. So how was it? Strange. But I'd do it again. Well, that was a trip. This poor guy is sitting on the ground, leaning against a wall. An idiotic grin is lighting up his face. Hey, you okay, friend? Marie, you're such a good girl, Marie. Looks like he's still caught in the joy storm. As soon as you touch the man, he opens his eyes. For a split second, he looks friendly. What the hell, man? I was playing with my dog. What? Nothing, asshole. Listen, I don't have time for this. I have important business. Shove your business where the sun don't shine. I have to wait for the next storm to see her. And who knows when the hell that'll be. Sorry. So he's addicted to the joy storm. That's a thing. It's locked. Judging by the smell, someone inside's making soup. It's locked. Judging from... Okay, everybody's making soup. So what the hell did I get here for? Okay, this is the main square of the upper district. I was worried that this was gonna spit me out right in front of the guards, and they were gonna be like, how the hell did you get in there? The women look you over suspiciously, which is fair considering I've got a weird book face. and I came out of nowhere. The man hasn't come out of the storm's clutches yet. Well, good for him. Aha! The wife of the meteorologist. Perfect person to ask about all kinds of things. I only just now noticed this fucking guy. What the hell is he doing? Why is he constant? You know what? No. Not gonna ask any more questions. We'll find out later. You see devices lined up on a dusty counter. You out of your mind with prices like that, you old hag? An old man standing nearby calls out in the direction of the counter. Oh, that must be this guy, then. A tired-looking woman is behind the counter. You see the slightest flame of hope flare up in her eyes when she sees you. Another one. If you're just here to look with no money, then get lost. The counter is still surprisingly full, considering the meteorologist died a whole 3 days ago. Are you selling the meteorologist's possessions? Yes, all my husband's things are right here. Anything catch your eye? Yeah, the weather controller. Excuse me, what? The woman gets closer. The device that controls the weather, directs the storms and all that. Has anybody bought it yet? What are you doing? Don't tell her. The device that controls the storms? My husband had that? She seems to be putting one and one together in her head. Hold on a minute. The woman silently steps away from the counter, holding her head. Now she's putting 2 and 2 together, now 4 and 4. Device that controls the weather. The counter is covered in devices of all different sizes and complexities. Which one controls the weather? I don't know. The text says it's a device covered in switches and dials. They're all covered in switches and dials. How about we look at the most worn out ones? That look like they've been used every day. There's 2 that fit that description on the left and right. Hands up! You turn slowly and see 2 guards with their clubs raised and ready. That's him. He tried to steal my husband's possessions. Arrest him. I was just looking. Don't worry, miss. We'll handle this. This is gonna get interesting. I feel like grabbing a device and throwing it at them probably isn't going to work. Grabbing one and using it might get interesting. Because if we grab it and use it, we might summon a storm, which might make things really complicated. Trying to run away, I don't think will work. So, as I did earlier when I couldn't decide between 2 workable choices, I'm gonna flip a coin, and we'll see how this plays out for us. So I'm in a gambling mood today. Well, the coin has agreed with me again. You grab a random device off the counter and start pushing every switch and button you see. The guard and the meteorologist's wife watch you in silence. I don't think that's gonna help much, just run. You hear the whooshing of a club somewhere behind you. Watch out! That didn't work. 10! Silence falls, and darkness. You open your eyes. It's cold. Damn it. Was I out for long? Damn guards. You rub the back of your head, which is throbbing. Did anything else happen while I was passed out? Silence. Roderick? You tilt your head looking for the cage, but it's gone. Yeah, of course they took that too. Damn it. Yeah, I get the feeling no matter what move we made there, we were gonna end up here. That's why I wasn't too fussed about what choice I made. You notice a motionless body lying face down in the sand. Another disturber of the town's peace. He's got the same kind of face we do. The man is wearing a coat, tagged soon to the chest. The tag says W204. It also has the logo of a company called ReadRem on it. Was he serving time too? What else would he be doing here? Nothing in the right one. In his left pocket you find some cash and some old faded checks. One of them is for a phone service. Huh. Just a full bottle of ink just sitting in a container there. Okay, we're literally right outside the gates. They didn't take us far. But I guess they didn't want to get caught out in a death storm or anything. Yes, those are a thing. Suspicious metal plate. We'll get to that in a second. Let's look around and make sure there's nothing else to snag before we do anything with that. So it's looking like, as expected, it's pretty fucking empty out here. Joke's on them. If a death storm came, I could just wake up. They don't have that power. You notice a slight glow coming from between the loose wall plates. What's this? Examine the inscription on the plate. You notice a barely noticeable inscription on the plate. Trust a bag of bricks. Come on, I already know that. You dig away the sand beneath the plate, and part of the plating slowly comes off the wall. It's another sewer section. A grating, I wonder where it leads. Though, from the smell, I think I already know. So she's got this whole area probably mapped out and such. And popped it open the crowbar. And got some suspicious apples. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and use the bottle of ink to get our ink back and get our last bit of health back, because I feel like we're gonna have a fight on our hands when we get out of here. Crate's hinges have been bound with steel wire. Apparently it belongs... whoever it belongs to couldn't afford a lock. They cut through the wire and opened the crate. I don't know how the crowbar cut through the wire, but we don't need to think about it that much. Right behind the grating, you see a path leading out to the sewer. It won't budge. Sure, harsh language, that always works. Come on, you stupid hunk of metal, I almost made it. Keep shaking it. Shake the grating like a psycho. Fucking hell, open up! Ah! You pull out the steel bars with all your might, but nothing happens. Well, this is just great. I was so close, but looks like this is the end. Remember that you have ink you can use, that you've used on plenty of other occasions. Oh, right, I'm a writer. Yeah. You hesitate for a second. Right? The ink envelops the bars of the grating, and they slowly start to rust. And away they went. You easily knock them out of place and clear your path. Done. I'm coming, Roderick. Yep, we're right back in this section here. Okay. Now, the reason why I told her directly what I was aiming for is I had a coin flip in my head of she'd either be in the know about it already because she was his wife, or it would cause her to have such disbelief that she'd play ball. Turns out neither was true, and isn't that a familiar-looking hat over there? You hide around the corner and peek at the tent. Yes, Mr. Norino, I'm sure. He was looking at that for that exact thing. He called it a weather controller. Mr. Norino is carefully twisting a device in his hands, trying to figure out how it works. Damn, he's already here too. This thing can really control the storms. I think my husband really created something like that and didn't tell us? All these years. All those people who died in the storms or went insane. You might have been responsible for all of that? I wouldn't jump to conclusions. We don't actually know what the device can do, and maybe your husband did everything he could. I hope so. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you for telling me this. It would have been terrible if such a valuable object fell into the hands of a stranger. I think we should... breaking the radio seems like a good idea. That way she doesn't call the guards again. Hi. We need to have a conversation. Crash. Your hit shatters the radio on the pole. The woman runs into the house. Give me that. Can it really control the weather? He asks calmly. And what if it could? Then I can't just give you the controller. This thing could decide the fate of the whole town. At this point, with the fucked up nonsense all of you are doing, I don't care. Narino takes a step back, grasping the controller tightly to his chest. Looks like he's prepared to fight for it to the end. You notice a familiar object around his neck. Hold on, that's mine. You point at Roderick's cage, which is now hanging around Nariano's neck. When the hell did you manage to steal it? You sharply yank the cage off his neck and stuff it in your pocket. Nariano flinches, not expecting you to act so suddenly. We need to run, now! Huh? Oh, that's not good. Attention all residents, this is Lindelf speaking. There's a death storm coming. I repeat, a death storm is approaching. Start evacuating. We have 10 minutes. Did you push something? No, I didn't touch it. We need to stop the storm. Give it to me, now. Not a chance. Nariano takes a step forward. Tell me how to work it and I'll stop the storm. I don't actually know, but I can try and figure it out. I'm looking for the instructions. Then what use are you? You're just gonna let people's lives depend on your attempt to try and figure it out? Let me at least look at the display. I can see what it means. Death storm, 7 minutes. Hurry. Anyone with an empty train, take on Upper District residents. Train 12 is causing a jam up at the exit. The wheel fell off. Get that train off the tracks. It's blocking the way. I'm going to see Lindelf. He and I will figure it out ourselves. Get out of my way. You try to grab him, but out of the corner of your eye, you see an object flying right at you. The steel tip of a cane. Damn it, not again. You fall. Right before you hit the ground, you see Ariano climbing the stairs to the meteorology tower. You open your eyes and get up with some difficulty. Finally, get up the tower quickly and grab the controller. I don't know anything about a controller. My father didn't tell me anything. Darn, wrong button. I need to check the stormometer. Warning, death storm in 2 minutes. I don't know either. Just push something, Mr. Nariano. Let's go. One final push. This has been such a long day. So of course he doesn't know anything. He just got stuffed in the meteorologist position. Nariano is arguing with a young man and the controller in their hands. A wild wind blows through the window. The storm is almost here. We're out of time. Just clobber you. Before Nariano can react, you punch him in the jaw. Can't have you interfering. The young man watches in silence, slowly pressing himself against the wall. Give me that. You take the controller off of Mr. Nariano's unconscious body. You had your chance to stop the storm. Now it's my turn. The young man presses himself against a panel of instruments. Red lights are flashing all over it. 30 seconds, he says, taking a quick glance out the window and squeezing his eyes shut. Examine the controller. Dozens of buttons and switches, and not a single one labeled. What an egotistic asshole. The look the young man shoots you is filled with 10% understanding and 90% fear of dying in a death storm. You know what? Respectable. There are 3 big switches above the display. Start with those. I'll check the text, but there's not much about it here either. Let's see. There's 2 realities here. One reality is one of these switches actually works, and the second reality is that you're just meant to sit here and flip the switches waiting for Roderick to actually tell you what the correct answer is. It wouldn't be the first switch because the first switch is too obvious. The third switch is similarly obvious because first and last would be people's first reactions, so I'm going to try the second. 2 lights on the panel below, come on. There are 2 buttons next to the lights. Second one. The whole panel goes dark and the device looks just like it did when you started. Now. Okay, so we'll try that again and hit the first one. Alarm set for 4 AM coming from the device. Good news, I found the timer. The young man gives you a gloomy look, like his last shred of hope has just evaporated. First switch. Makes no sound as it moves, it's completely broken. The device starts vibrating. Whatever that means. Second switch. Makes no sound as it moves, seems to be deactivated now. First switch, okay. The switch clicks loudly as it moves, then a multitude of indicators and buttons light up on the display. Let's see. You spin the device around, trying to decide what button to push now. The wind coming in through the window picks up, and a strange metallic taste starts filling your mouth. You smell burnt metal. Okay, here goes. Random button, go. Beep. The storm is still moving. It's slowed down, but it's still getting closer. Push it again. It's moving away. It's moving away. Phew. You put the controller down with shaking hands, and you hear cheers from the people outside getting louder and louder. That was close. Way too much for going on for my first day. He holds up his head in his hands. A large crowd is gathered in front of the tower. The people around you are loudly discussing what just happened. I saw the storm move away at the last minute. I saw it with my very own eyes. And it was just about to reach the town, but then it stopped. Alright, calm down. The storm is gone. You can go home now. What if it comes back? Well, you look at the controller in your hands. We'll just have to hope it doesn't come back. Why did it move away at the last second anyways? Yeah, and why did it get so close to the town? That's never happened before. It's a long story. We drove it off. Don't worry. We? Who's we? Let's give the meteorologist credit for this, because they're not going to like it if I did it. You put your hand on the young man's shoulder. Glindelf, the young meteorologist, did an excellent job proving himself. He managed to neutralize the death storm at the very last second. The crowd starts cheering. Hooray for Lindolf! What do you mean neutralize? That's not important. What's important is that you're not in danger right now. Now, time for me to go. You look out at the uncomprehending crowd before you jump. Your eyes slide over the people until they meet Lindolf's looking straight at you. Are you that... He gestures at the controller, which you've already tucked under your arm as you prepare to jump out of the book. Listen, kid. This is your moment of truth, Aten. You'll do just fine without it. Don't worry, you'll do just fine. I heard those storms almost never hit town anyway. Just keep on going a little longer, and then the book will end. I mean, then everything will work itself out. Are there storms where you're from, too? Definitely not like these. Then maybe you can leave it with us? That device? Since the next time a storm comes, we won't be able to... Sorry, I can't. This device is the only thing that's keeping me from becoming, well, what I am. In any case, it's really important for me. You tap your fist against your chest. Oh. Alright. He backs off, defeated. Nope, we're getting out of here. Sorry. You're all fucked, if I'm honest. But with the shit y'all put me through, I don't mind you all being screwed. You're a twisted bunch, and honestly, that's just how this goes sometimes. Besides, they may very well not even get hit by a storm again anyway. Everything's ready. Excellent work, Aten. I haven't even given the courier the briefcase yet, and you're calling... Not to worry, my shackles expert is on his way to you, and he'll pick up the order while he's there. He'll make quick work of yours, and then you'll be free, just as we agreed. Alright. Thank you. Well, it was nice working with you. Yeah. I have an offer for you. Are you interested in taking on a few more jobs? We can discuss a bonus to your pay. No thanks, I'm done stealing. Alright, suit yourself. See you soon, Aten. Wait. So he's the one coming here. Stay down. Where do you think you're going? Where's the rope? Tie him up. Hey! After him, quickly! Oh, this isn't gonna end well. Well then, I guess things just got a bit more complicated, didn't they? You fall into the cold sand and your pursuers land nearby. So you want to do this the hard way. Damn, it's so cold here. Where's Vince? He's waiting in the car, just in case. Wait, Vince is with you? That bastard. Deal them quickly, and then I'll get the book ready so we can get it to the collector. Can you handle this? Hey, anybody want to help me? I just saved your city a minute ago. Come on. Your voice echoes through the empty square. Seems like everybody's in bed asleep already. Fine. So he's gonna try to drain my ink, he's gonna disable my skills, and he's gonna just hit me. Well, joke's on you. I can hit all of you. This is exactly the kind of situation I was expecting to end up having to deal with at some point. I wish I still had another bottle of ink on hand, though, for this. This is about to get real dicey once I run out of the ability to keep stunning these guys. My first target's gonna be the guy that's actually doing damage. Drop him. He'll drain my ink, but that's okay. You knocked out the stun, that's also okay. Knock him out. And easily dealt with. I could actually drain him for enough ink to keep things together, so we may as well do that. And you lose. You okay? Relatively. What book did they want to take you into? 1 second. You pick up the book that one of the thugs dropped and look at the black cover. The name's been erased. You said something about a collector. Is that your boss? My former boss. You open the book and flip through the pages. You want to go there? I have this idea. Well, if you're sure about it. No surprise that they were just going to dispose of us after our usefulness was over. That's why they wanted to make a deal to keep us going. Oof. What? Why? Everything's blurry and there's no color? We've gone too deep. Notice how his face is also kind of showing a bit. We're inside a book inside a book. I can barely breathe. Me too. We need to find the collector as soon as we can and then get out of here. What? Your face. Why, you touch your mask. Damn it, we need to hurry. You notice familiar looking briefcases. A tag is visible on one of them. Reading Walker, Rich A, Item X, Client, Herman, Publishing. What are those? Briefcases for stolen items. I give the collector his orders in briefcases just like these. So there are objects from other books inside? Think there's something you'd use in there? Open 2 of the briefcases in front of you at random. An old rag doll is inside the briefcase, along with a set of rusty pins. Is that what I think it is? I don't know. What do you think it is? Voodoo doll? Even has pins. Let's take a look at what the other one is. A leather-bound book lies on a velvet cushion inside the briefcase. There's something written inside here. Al-Azif? Ah, fuck. I feel like I should know what that is. I feel like that's meant to actually be a hint for those who might actually be able to guess what that is. I don't know if I can take both. But generally, a voodoo doll only works on its intended target. So I don't think the voodoo doll would work for us. I'm going to take the book. You take the book out of the briefcase and instinctively clutch it to your chest. You could swear or you feel its leather binding through your coat. Look, there's something else here. Next to the briefcase is a bag stuffed to the brim with a note attached that says, "Sort later." Ah! Inside you find a folded-up cloak, an opaque glass capsule, a small wand, and an old broom. Well, assuming these items are all magical, or powerful artifacts in some respect, these probably were emptied out of their cases and then bagged up to be sorted later to their respective places. We had bad luck with wands earlier, so I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to take the cloak. You try and unfold the cloak, but as soon as your hand slips inside, the cloak disappears. So does your hand. That's what I was hoping for. It's an invisibility cloak. Ah! Quiet! You carefully pull your hand out, and it's instantly visible again, along with the cloak. Oh, I can just take everything? Okay, let's study the rest of these and then take everything, then. The broom trembles in your hand. You can feel it itching to take off. Of course, it's a flying broom. On the capsule, you can see a yellow triangle with the biohazard symbol on it. Not a great start. There's something written here. Fear toxin. Inhalation causes prolonged panic and hallucinations. Store in a dark location. Ooh. Oh, should we take it? The tag on the wand says Polymorph Wand. Transforms the target into an Ovis Ares. That's some manner of ram, right? Ovis Ares? Sounds ominous. Just don't point it at yourself. You hide the capsule and the wand in your pockets and throw the folded up cloak on your shoulder, and grab the broom. You're really kitted out. Hope I can use all this. Let's go find the collector. Yeah, it's safe to assume that he's gonna have a whole bunch of crazy magical items at his disposal as well. Wait! 3 walkers are standing around a table in the brightly lit room. They haven't noticed you yet. Damn, so this is where they handle the briefcases for the orders. Note the guy in the fancier suit over here. What's the plan? Well, flying past would be idiotic, because they absolutely know that we're doing that. Let's try going past them with the invisibility cloak. You unfold the invisibility cloak and put it on over your clothes. Looks like it's working. What's next? I'm not gonna be so bold as to just walk in, though, even though we're invisible, because I'm betting it's not perfect invisibility. You tiptoe past the room with the walkers in it. Better to avoid any more fighting than absolutely necessary. We might have gotten some more stuff out of in there, but I have some doubts as to it being anything I'd actually want that much. What's up, boys? You see 2 walkers standing in the passageway. They seem to be guarding another set of boxes. They're discussing something quietly, completely unaware of your presence. I don't think you can squeeze past them. You should take off the cloak. It's only gonna get in your way. I think this guy might not be here of his own choice. He seems out of place. Now, there's a reality in which I just slip between them, because I can see spacing where we could slip through. But there's also a reality in which I try to sneak through and I just bump into them. I'm gonna give it a go anyway, because revealing myself and bumping into them kind of ends up being the same thing. You wrap yourself tighter in the invisibility cloak and quietly start moving towards the walkers. Shh, raising a finger to his lips. The second man instantly stops talking. There's someone here. Find him. The walkers spring into action and start searching the room. You fall onto your back in surprise and the invisibility cloak slides off. Damn it, a 10! Who the hell are you? I work here. Looks like we have a spy here. Throwing the cloak on him would not end well, because then he'd be invisible. The thing is, I don't know if turning him into something else and him still being hostile would work out, because that's the thing. I don't know if the change will affect his mind. Because in a lot of cases, a polymorph will not actually make them think like the thing they turned into. They'll just be in another form and really pissed at me. Hitting him with the broom, I don't think would do a lot, but I also don't know what else I'd use the broom for. The toxin capsule would be a bit horrendous, because I don't know if it would affect me, too, at this range. I'm gonna try hitting him with the broom. You swing the broom, but it suddenly flies out of your hands on its own, right at one of the walkers. It slips in between his legs and carries him off into the darkness. That's pretty much exactly what I hoped for. Ah! The man's scream fades away somewhere far beyond the shipping containers. Well, guess it's a fight now. Just chuck that guy into the next zip code. Ooh, the book is 3 damage to all. Neat. And that's a concerning looking book there. I don't know if it's a one-use thing, though, so I'm gonna hold on to that for now. Though since it's down here with my skills, I think it's just straight up a skill I can use, but I don't know what the catch is. Assuming there is a catch to it. We've also only got a single target, so there's no point in risking it. Oh no, my slash that I don't use. There we go. He'll still be idle a turn, even after we finish stunning him. But he's also gonna be dead before he gets to do anything. There we go. I do really appreciate the, like, comic bookish style of the combat, though. Let's see if there's anything interesting in here. Should we start with some kind of weapon? Yep, that's what I thought. We have the Necronomicon. Lying on black fabric inside the briefcase is a honed, sharp scythe that radiates coldness. So, Death is out there in some book without his scythe? I bet. That's tempting. There's a small box inside the briefcase, surrounded by a flickering blue aura. What's this? You poke the box uncertainly with one finger. The blue field instantly surrounds your hand, making it tingle. Some kind of energy shield? That might help in a fight. Ooh. Ooh. So do I go with Death's Scythe, or do I go with the Necronomicon? Ooh. Ooh, that's a choice. We already have good AoE in the form of our stun, because our stun does 1 less damage than the Necronomicon, but also stuns everybody. I'm gonna take the Scythe. You put your previous artifact aside and take the Scythe out of the briefcase. Even through your gloves, the icy metal makes your hands sting. Though I will say, why not take both of them? Ready to keep going? Even the slightest cut will cost your enemy their life. Ooh. And also, why can't I trade some of this other nonsense in for it? Yeah, there's a librarian here. Stack of books, including the ones I've been in. Ooh, there's a lot of boys in that spot over there. Maybe the scythe wasn't the choice. Oh well. The librarian is busy arranging books, and probably wouldn't even notice an atomic bomb. Alright. Respectable. We could always kick these guys around and get some more stuff, but I feel like we're committed now. How are you, gentlemen? The guards notice you from far away and block your path. What's that noise over there? Is there a problem? This is a place for the toxin capsule. You wind up and throw the capsule of fear toxin at your enemies. It falls right between the 2 closest walkers and shatters. The other men turn away and cover their faces. Hey, stop! You... Ugh. You see both men's eyes widen in horror. You're a monster! Help! Both walkers flee past in terror, keeping their distance from you, then disappearing into the darkness behind. Not bad. And time to relax, the fight's not over yet. The other walkers simultaneously drop into fighting stances. So the scythe's an instant kill. I'm glad I took this. You die. And I can just keep using this. You also die. I think I picked the winning item. Bets on whether this will work on the boss, though. Oh boy. There's phones everywhere around him. Alright, I give up. Just don't hit me, he smirks. Take off my goddamn shackles, you grab him by the throat. There's a slight problem with that. My shackles expert took the day off today. His daughter's sick. He's lying. I know. How about I call you when he's available, okay? It'll only be a few days. You think I'm an idiot? Well, if you really want to know. You promised me you'd take them off, so hold up your end of the deal. But you didn't hold up your end. I'll hold it up right now. You squeeze his throat harder. I kind of went nuts the other day with Metal Wolf Chaos too, but it hasn't come up a ton lately. Calm down, you idiot. No one except the Writers' Police can take them off. You really think my own men would be walking around in shackles if I could take them off? I'd build a literal empire stealing objects if I could do that, not this half-empty warehouse. Wait, I thought you had proof he could do it. Friend told me about him. Wait, Vince told me about you. And then I found out he was one of your thugs. Was that all part of your plan? Well, this thing that's happening now wasn't. He rubs his throat. You're gonna take off my shackles. I don't know how, but that's your problem now. Or what? Are you going to kill me? A character? He winks a horrible wink. But you've turned into such a nice guy now, haven't you? Well, relatively. You squeeze his throat with all your strength and look him in the eye. Let's find out right now just how much of a nice guy I am. That doesn't quite inspire fear, to be honest. He glances briefly at a monitor where you can see henchmen running in your direction. This seems like the more intimidating option. Grab the essence of his character. You push your hand deeper in, trying to touch not the collector's neck, but the very essence inside him. You feel a scrap of old paper. Your fingers run across the text written there in old ink many, many years ago. Wait. No, there's no waiting for you. I can call the shackles expert, let's say tomorrow, okay? That's the only time frame I can give you. We'll get your shackles off and you'll be set. You can write as much as you want. His henchmen are almost here. Sorry, I'm not letting that happen to me again. You grab his paper with both hands and start pulling it towards you. Are you sure this is going to work? Yes, I've done it before. What? You see the client slowly separating from the book's environment, becoming something foreign. Damn, aren't his henchmen going to come for us? They don't have a direct route to that book. Besides, they won't like what's waiting for them there. You keep pulling the paper. It gets more and more difficult to pull. What's going on? Now's not the time to give up. No, I'm not giving up. This is as hard as I can pull. What now? They're right outside already. Now we add another force. You bend your knees, ready to jump upwards. You push off the ground. You hear an unbelievably loud crunching sound, so loud that it feels like the whole world must be able to hear it. With a ringing sound, the paper in your hand separates itself from the book and flies upward with you. Well, we took them up one layer. Damn it, I think I twisted my knee again. What on earth was that? Where the hell am I? What have you done? You'll find out soon enough. The collector suddenly jumps up and aims a gun at you. It's an antique, decorated with a swirling pattern. Ooh. Take me back. Hey, calm down, just calm down. 10? Hand over the book now. Where's my book? I'm afraid nothing would come of it. Hey, don't joke around with him. That thing I just did, they'll hear it. This is what got us in trouble in the first place. This is how we got caught. But we're bringing him down with us. Writers police, nobody move. Hey you, drop the gun. Not another step or I'll shoot him. Boss, that's Leroy Roshan. The collector? What the hell's going on here? 10, how are you mixed up in this? Oh, hello, officer. Hold on, how did you recognize me? You came in for questioning in that same coat. Damn, I disguised my face, but I forgot to put on a different coat. 10, are you that stupid? No, don't answer that. You are actually that stupid. God damn it, 10. I'm warning you, I won't surrender alive. He aims the gun at the police officers, then back at you. And hold back your little pet writer here. I see him. Smirking. Look at this guy's pose. He puts his hands up and looks at the officer, waiting for a signal. Well, now we'll come to an agreement, and everything will be just fine. Where's my book? I don't think we'll be coming to an agreement with you, thief. Quiet. No, we're going to make a deal, and I'm going to walk away. You're accused of stealing thousands of objects. I'm not going to let you get anywhere. That's enough. Suddenly turning to you. It's all because of you, you bastard. The sound of a shot rings out. 10! You close your eyes. Damn it! You open your eyes and look down. The metal of Roderick's cage protected you from the bullet. But there's not much left of it now. You see a small, ragged scrap of paper inside. Derek, you moron, I told you to stop talking. Sorry, boss. You alright, Walker? Now it's your turn. Hands up. You look at the remains of the paper in your hand. Don't make us use force. Cool it, he's just in shock. 10, it's best if you come with us now. We'll talk about all this at the station, okay? Hold on. What's that in his hand? It's a character. and not one from this book. Pen, are you out of your mind? You're carrying around a stolen character, even in your current situation? Derek. I can't take an isolated character. Call for backup. You shove the officer. His head slams into Derek, who staggers backwards, eyes shut. Damn it! Jump out of the book. Pardon me, gentlemen. Oh, there's a lot of you. You really came prepared for me. Joke's on you, though. You didn't block the window. We might not take that fall that well, though, especially going out that window head first. Leroy Roshan, known as the Collector, was detained by the Writers' Police. Later, he was sentenced to execution, erasure. The entire chain of writers who used his services to buy stolen items from books, plagiarism, was also detained. The criminals received up to 15 years. Lieutenant Quist was detained 5 minutes after his escape. The stolen character was not found on him. "28 years later. Complete Book 7, Mastermind. Huh. Well, I think this is his house. You run a hand over your face. We definitely got old in all those years, but, 28 years will do that. Alright, now I'm ready. Sir? How can I help you? My name is Atan. Waiting for you to continue. You probably don't remember me. We worked together a long time ago. I can't seem to recall that. Are you sure you're in the right place? I'm sure. I'd even say we were partners. I just wanted to see how things are going for you. If everything's alright after. Oh! Well, that's an interesting face to see. Sorry to keep you waiting, I'm back. Watson. He nods to the man by the window. Holmes. And you, sir? He looks questioningly at you. I'm on my way out. Someone you know, Watson? I'm not sure. Are you quite certain you're alright, sir? Yes, my apologies again for disturbing you. I assume we're looking for Roderick. Searching famous characters and books we think he belonged to. Trying to find him. Well, time to head back. Huh. Probably not supposed to be a void there, but we don't need to question that part. I think it worked. Well then. There's the cage. Lieutenant Quist, congratulations on your return to the ranks of the writing profession. Please find a sheet attached with detailed information on how sentence time served was. Final calculations of time served is below. Initial sentence, 30 years. Assistance in capturing a particularly dangerous criminal, -3 years. Fleeing from a police officer, +2 years. Willfully turning himself to police, -1 year. Total time to be served, 28 years. Yeah, that sounds about right. Couldn't give me much more than that, I guess. And here we go. Finally writing again. Complete the epilogue. And that's the end of Bookwalker. I figured it wasn't going to take me long to get through the rest of this. I was betting there was going to be an additional segment after the final book. That's why I was inclined to split it the way I did. A lot of loose ends left, but I feel like that's intentional. This has been an interesting experience. Leaves a lot to question, which is good. Because we don't know what happened to Roderick. We don't know what book he originally came from. We don't know what Eten did. But as I said, we can extrapolate based on the fact that the character from the book he had written that we were involved with had a missing character that Eten was seen with. And he had ripped a character from their book before. I mean, I presume that the face he had at the end there before he ran into Sherlock Holmes and Watson was his real face. So you can kind of extrapolate from there. I want to see them do more with this world, though. I want to see them take this and run with this more. That is good timing that worked out that way. And we'll see how I feel tomorrow as far as what you were talking about before. I've been in a weird spot about doing things with other people lately. But that's the end of the Bookwalker. And I said I was debating whether I would do something else after this or end stream. I think I am going to end off with this being done. One, because this is a... That's true, too. I would just need to juggle times around and things like that for that. Though I have no problem one way or the other as far as that goes. That wasn't the concern I had on that one. I can't really put into words where my head's at on that one at the moment. But we can talk about that at tomorrow so you can sleep and then we can figure out things. Sleep well, Zeno. And thank you for the bits, Tiny. So, as you can hear by that discussion, tomorrow's a bit up in the air. We'll figure out how tomorrow plays out when we get to that point. As far as Saturday goes, I have something in mind for that, but I'll let that be a surprise. As far as next week, I will of course be streaming the usual Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No Wednesday. Ignore the Wednesday. Brain is kind of slipping a little bit there. Ignore that. And we actually have an opportunity to drop in on somebody who's been in quite a bit for us. And he's a good dude. I haven't actually been over to his stream myself much yet. But I've been talking to him a bit here and there. You've probably seen him in chat a bunch, Goat Games. He's over there playing Dark Cloud, which is also quite a good game. So, that should be a good time. As usual, thank you all for taking the time to be here. I'm kind of in a weird spot mentally right now after the way that played out and the way that story ended. Because my brain's churning over all of those other questions still, too. So it's kind of trying to flow along with its normal thing, but interrupting itself a lot. It's a little weird. But, let's see. Do I have anything else to add at the moment? And the answer is I don't think so. I think we're good on that. So I'm going to get this timer started so we can go over there to see Goat. Be good to him, because he's good people. And be patient, because Dark Cloud's a bit of a thing. But yeah, that'll do for today. I will definitely see you tomorrow for what? Who can say? That's gonna be up in the air. Bye, everybody.